and welcome to Meme of the Month. It's been a month since we last saw you, but we are excited to be here again. We have some of our regulars back. We have a new face, but that's not unusual with Meme of the Month. We are going to go ahead and let everyone introduce themselves as humans first, and then we will start talking about our characters and the game we're going to play tonight. So first up, we have Gerundu.
Hello, I'm a human. You can find me elsewhere on the Majestic Goose Network. I am Silas Lancaster in Storytime with Silas and also Roll for Weird. And I also play John Bly Pendergrass in Shitty Cowboys, where I play a shitty cowboy. And I'm in all kinds of other things all over the network. Yeah, I better drop in a quick plug for Cut from the Chronicles, which is not on the network, but is a Pathfinder 2e podcast that I'm in, where I play Gaster the Incredible, the very theatrical goblin sorcerer. But please check me out. Search for me. I'm really super talented, I promise.
Gerundu is very searchable too. If you type in the word Gerundu on Google, it does not exist outside of Gerundu's persona.
That's right.
King of SEO.
The power of the mononym.
And next up, we have Netta Marie.
Hi, I'm also a human, I think. I'm not sure. Outside of this, you can find me on Twitter while Twitter still exists at Netta Marie. And also Netta Marie just all over the internet if you want to follow me. I am the producer slash player on Quest Laid Plans, which is not in the network, but is DM'd by Megan, who's on your screen somewhere there, I think, or there, I'm not sure. And we are very close to our season 1 finale, so you still have time to join us for dinosaur shenanigans of all sorts.
I just love that there are dinosaur shenanigans. It makes me happy.
Yeah, there's so many dinosaurs. Well, there's one dinosaur, but she's bad.
She's big.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Adam.
Hello, I'm Adam DeWeese. Most of my socials are all just my name at Adam_DeWeese. You can find me on a bunch of different shows on the network, including here on Months I Make It, and then Halfway to Heroes on the DM and One Shot Onslaught. A couple other shows like Eclipse with Megan and Danny. I'm really excited for tonight, if you couldn't tell.
Excellent. And Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan. I DM Quest Laid Plans, which Netta just told you about. Netta and I also host a podcast about figure skating. As you can see, we enjoy that. But yeah, it's called the Ice Tea Podcast. We're at Ice Tea Pod pretty much everywhere. I'm at Megan Kelleher 3 on Twitter and Instagram. And then I think just Megan Kelleher on Tumblr, which is something that I made in case Twitter goes down. So I don't know, but I'm Ava on Eclipse. I've done Meme of the Month stuff. I had a tiny little cameo in a Storytime with Silas. I'm sort of just floating around the Majestic Goose Network at all times.
Excellent. And I am Danny. You can find me all over the internet as Danielle Lenoir, although I guess I need to claim it in a couple of new places since Twitter seems to be doing what it's doing. And yes, when you're looking for me on the network, I am here a lot doing things. But those other things are not important at the moment. What's important right now is tonight's game. So if you look in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, you can see the meme that we are using tonight. But even better than that, we are using the Monster of the Week format. And those of you who have played or watched Monster of the Week know that one of the best parts about it is learning how your characters know each other. How do you relate to each other? What's so excellent about everything? And we are going to start our night off with these character relations. But you know what? Let's let the die decide who's going to go first. So I'm going to grab a D4, and we are going just right across the top of the screen in the order that we just were. So it'll be Gerundu, Netta, Adam, and Megan. So the first person to get to tell us how they relate to the others is number 2. That is going to be Netta Marie.
Oh my God. Well, hi. I play Betty. Betty is the diner waitress. Well, she's also the diner owner. She is the coffee maker. She makes your omelets. She kind of runs the whole thing. There is a chef in the back, but we don't talk about him. And she knows everyone because this is the only place in town where you can get a decent pot of coffee and some pancakes 24/7. 24. I don't leave. I live here. So that's how everyone knows me, is just if you like pancakes, we've met.
All right. And on your what are they called? They're not character sheets. They're
Playbook?
Playbook.
Thank you,
Playbooks?
playbooks. On your playbook, you should have a series of questions, or not questions, but a list of how you
Prompts, kind of.
prompts how you know the other characters.
Yeah, under the heading
It's under
of
history.
History, yes.
So for each of the other characters here, you'll get to choose how you know them. But before we do that, we're just going to continue with introducing the characters, because you really ought to know who these people are before you
Yeah.
tell us how you know them.
Yes.
Good call. Good call.
I'm a
Damon.
child, so that's don't
Yes.
romantically
Yeah,
entangle
so
There
me.
needs to be disclosure before we start digging
Exactly.
into those.
These are important things. So next up is going to be 3, so that is Adam. Tell us who you're playing.
Okay, yes. I am going to be playing Sheriff Tony Woods. The crime rate in Meme Town is, I know a lot of small towns say non-existent, literally non-existent in Meme Town. There is no need to have a sheriff. I am a 4th generation growing up in this town, being sheriff, and I don't have any deputies. It's just literally just me. Sheriff Tony Woods kind of looks like, honestly, it looks like kind of like Hopper from Stranger Things, just a big bushy mustache and that sheriff uniform that apparently like every sheriff town in America wears, which I don't know if Meme Town is in America, but even if it's not, it's the same one. It's that brown beige shirt with brown khakis or dark brown slacks. And yeah, I mean, I'm since there's no crime, it's more of a just kind of like a town assistant. Like if you get a cat stuck in a tree, or if you need help painting your fence, I'm grasping at straws what I can help the town with, just so I don't lose my job at this point.
All right. And next up, number 1 is going to be Gerundu.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be playing Jimothy Manuelson, and Jimothy's he's actually just a kind of a little bit of a bum. He's about 50 years old, and he used to be a pretty big deal back in high school. Played a lot of hockey. Was a real tough guy. But he's not a bad guy. Just but anyhow, he got a bit older, and he just kind of coasted by on his good looks and athletic prowess for a few years, and now he just kind of just bums around a little bit. He inherited some money from his grandparents, and he drives around in his beat up old '86 Buick Regal called the Ambassador. Sweet ride, sweet ride. It's not a sweet ride. It's a complete heap of shit. This old car he drives around in. Yeah, that's Jimothy Manuelson.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Megan.
My character's name is Conifer Green. She's 11 years old. She's like the town prodigy, precocious, gifted kid. She helps everybody fix their computers because she's a little tech genius. She can paint. There's like her paintings are up in like the coffee shops and the everywhere. She's very advanced. She's homeschooled by her parents who are hippies, obviously, because her name's Conifer. And she's known for her whole life that she's very special and gifted. She's an indigo child. She's a star seed, and she's destined to save the world from some sort of eldritch inhuman horror, but she hasn't seen anything yet. So mostly she just she has her grandfather's axe, and she just sort of like hacks at trees and things to practice.
That reminds me, I don't think any of us said what our actual playbook was.
Oh,
Should
yeah.
we do that now, Danny?
Should we?
Or
Let's do that as part of the questions, or the relations. So we're going to go back to Betty.
All
Betty,
right.
tell me, how do you know Jimothy?
Well, we were in the same grade in high school. We were previously both members of an Eldritch group, and that Eldritch group was our clique in high school. We were, Betty, I think back in her day was a bit of a cheerleader, kind of like pretty and all of that. And we've just known each other. We grew up in the town, and he keeps coming in for coffee, so we keep meeting.
All right, all right. And tell me, how do you know Tony?
Oh, it's hard not to know him. There's like the whole stereotype about cops and donuts and the whole thing, and this is the only place in town where you can get a donut. So again, we keep meeting. But also we're friends. I think he helped me out one time with some people who are being rowdy um, in and around the diner.
Tony, what can you tell us about that time you helped her out?
It was actually not donuts at that time. It was a big stack of pancakes I was eating. And it was some teenagers that were trying to dine and dash. And obviously, no crime is allowed in Meme Town. So I had to chase them down
Well, it
to
wouldn't be crime
get their
if it was
names. And that's how there's no crime, because
No crime
Sheriff
allowed.
Tony Wood is
It's just anarchy.
RoboCop.
What a concept.
There was one crime in Meme Town, and it was this dine and dash, and I put a stop to it and never again.
Okay.
And I got Betty her tips.
Excellent.
It was very much appreciated.
So the last one is
Now I
going
get
to
free
be-
pancakes.
The last one is going to be Conifer. So Betty, how do you know Conifer?
Well, first of all, I have one of her paintings up right behind the counter, and it's wonderful. But also, she helped me set up a new cash register situation. She helped me get a singular item that is now part of my haven. And it's one of those cash register tablet things that you twist over and people can punch in their tip. Because that is like high tech. And I didn't really get it, but she's amazing with computers. So she helped out.
Excellent. And Betty, what is your playbook?
I'm the expert.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Who was next? Adam, you were next, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
How does Tony know Jimothy?
Jimothy. Oh, Jimothy. I caught them committing a crime, but let them go and asked them to ask them to describe the crime. So, Jimothy, what was that crime I caught you doing and let you go?
It was that one dine and dash that happened, but it was
You were
completely,
the ringleader
completely
of the
by accident.
teenagers.
You collared me for it. I was just walking. I accidentally forgot to pay Betty for a coffee. Oh, sorry, let me assume Jimothy's voice. So it was a complete fluke. I just forgot to put the money down on the counter there, and heard all the ruckus outside and went to tell those kids to stay away from my goddamn car, and you collared me for it. So you caught you the last goddamn time, Jimothy, walking out without paying for your coffee.
Excellent. And so, Tony, we know that you already helped Betty with the situation at the diner. How else do you know Betty?
I think I'm sorry. I will admit I got a little ahead of myself trying to figure out how I'm gonna tie my backstory to an 11-year-old. However, for Betty,
Normal. Good. Yeah.
I think with Betty, they remind me of a former partner. No, that wouldn't make sense if I'm a fourth generation. Okay, there was two crimes in Meme Town: the dine and dash, and one pretty grisly murder. And that was the murder of my partner.
God, they did call me
And Betty
for that
reminds
one.
me of my former partner, and that's kind of like my one. You know how everyone's got to have the big overarching goal, right? That's my one big overarching goal: to solve the one and only murder that ever happened in Meme Town. And it was my my one and only partner I've ever had.
Betty, do you happen to know this partner's name?
I'm not sure if I know about this at all. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
told
maybe.
me about this.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe, it's just something I keep to myself that like Betty reminds me of her. And then like whenever I go to the diner, every time I'm like, oh shoot, I still gotta solve that murder. Every time I see Betty, I'm like, oh yeah, I should get back to that.
Okay. Okay. And last but certainly not least, how do you know Conifer?
Okay, I kind of like this. I like that. I was between two. I was between either we're on rival bowling teams. Skipping that one. Instead, we met on an unsolved crimes website, and we were both looking into a pretty famous unsolved crime and kind of like getting deep into it, thinking like, oh yeah, it was talking back and forth in forums, like trying to help the investigation and like trying to solve this crime. Conifer, what crime was that we were looking into and hoping to finally bring justice to the murderer?
It was the missing youth group that went hiking in the mountains behind Meme Town and never came back, and may have been abducted by aliens, or it might have just been an avalanche. We don't know.
Yes, that one. And
But the
we just
angle
met
of the
each other.
snow doesn't make sense for an avalanche.
No. Alien
know,
dropped
you
a bunch
know.
of snow right from the porthole.
Back and to the left.
Yeah, you know how. Oh, I thought you. Never mind.
And
It's like mountains don't have portholes. I'm a child.
Tony, what is your playbook?
I am the gumshoe.
Gumshoe. Nice.
It is it is in the, I forget, oh man, off the top of my head, I don't remember what the like expansion for Monster of the Week is, but it came with like 2 to 3 new playbooks, and this is one of the new ones.
Okay. Jimothy, tell me, how do you know Betty? You did, of course, go to school together.
Well, you see, I wasn't born and raised here originally. I moved here from far away. But when I first came in, I was accepted into the group. I was wearing a Pearl Jam T-shirt. That was kind of what was fashionable at the time. Still wearing it now, in fact. Anyhow, and Betty brought me into that occult kind of thing. I figured it was all just something to talk about while you were doing some shrooms. But turns out, no, that shit's real, and really knocked me for a 6. And she had that shit on like a good handle on that stuff. So I figured if anything kicks off, I need to be nearby her. So that's why I keep coming in for coffee every day. All these years later,
It's an eldritch invasion.
hell yeah. Brother, you want to get caught out there without somebody who knows what they're talking about out there in an eldritch invasion?
Good
Anyway,
point.
anyway, so that's what it was. She was kind of my doorway into the weirdness that exists out there. It's some fucked up stuff, I tell you.
All right. Well, how do you know Tony? What's your relationship with him?
Well, when I moved to the town, he was kind of the local big guy, and I had kind of came from out of town. I was the biggest kind of guy, athletic, used to play a lot of hockey, and we was rivals, and for a long time we didn't get on at all. We would fight, and then he kind of went off into join the police, and I just inherited my grandmother's money and drove around in my car, and came to respect each other, I think, in the end. Apart from that time he busted me, son of a bitch. It was just because I scored all those goals back in high school. Jealousy, terrible
right.
thing.
And how do you know our 11-year-old Conifer?
I'm actually her third cousin twice removed. When I moved in from out of town, a distant relative. Kind of her uncle, but a very disreputable one, I guess. They don't talk to me very much, the parents. Also, they got wrote out of Grandma's will because of all the hippie stuff.
True.
And what is your playbook, Jimothy?
Mundane.
Excellent.
There's nothing special about old Jimothy.
I wouldn't say that.
That's
We're
his
gonna have some fun with
catchphrase.
this. Oh, beautiful. Conifer, tell me,
Yes.
What's your relationship with Jimothy?
So Jimothy is my uncle cousin, apparently. I think I just
That's right.
I call him Uncle Jimothy. Yeah, and I think that I think that Meme Town is a small enough town that you kind of don't necessarily like pick it out on a map. You kind of only come here if you have a reason to. And it sounds like Jimothy kind of came here because there was family here.
Mhm.
And I think Jimothy maybe used to babysit Conifer when she was younger, and the parents had to go to like retreats in the woods and stuff.
Well, I'm never doing nothing except driving around in my car, so I
Yeah,
was definitely
sometimes
available.
Jimothy will like drive Conifer up to Memetown University where she plays in the orchestra with the college students. She plays the clarinet, but at a university level.
I think my car's really cool. Nobody else does.
I think it smells fine.
We'll just be driving up rocking some sweet goddamn grunge. I hope you like it. Still cool, right? Everybody still
Definitely.
listens to Pearl Jam and yeah,
Yes.
Just Pearl Jam.
just Pearl Jam. I just
Pearl Jam.
like the T-shirt. This one that I still wear.
When it comes to Uncle Jimothy, I can't find a better man.
All right.
Trust me, she's looked.
Conifer, how do you know Betty? I mean, you did, of course, set up her fancy new cash register thing.
I think that in exchange for setting up the cash register, Betty basically gave Conifer like a lifetime pass of like free chocolate chip pancakes whenever. And so I think I ended up spending a lot of time in there. And I think that Conifer just kind of talks about whatever she's interested in. So the occult probably came up. And I think there's some sort of like I don't know to what degree Betty would maybe like tell Conifer, but I think there's a sort of like keeping tabs mentorship thing happening.
For sure. Yeah. I know she's very smart and I know she likes go poking around and things. So I'm making sure she's staying safe and also feeding her a shit ton of pancakes.
Of course. Pancakes are very important in this world. And Conifer, how do you know Tony?
I think that Tony and I maybe started out as enemies because every week I would go to the town hall meeting and demand that we defund the police. But I think that
Right on.
I think over time, maybe because of our bonding of loving to solve cold cases on the internet, I realized that in this particular community, that's not really like a thing we need to worry about per se. So it's sort of like I think Conifer like considers herself the oversight of the one person police department, but they're like friends.
Okay.
I love that you're a child who loves solving cold cases but also hates cops.
Well, it's because the damn
Well,
cops
they're
can't
not
solve the
good
cold
at it.
cases,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
If they
They
were
wouldn't
better
be
at
cold.
it.
There's been
Those
two
cases
crimes.
wouldn't be cold if they've been solved.
That's
Honestly,
actually a very good point.
Sheriff Tony has a 50% hit rate on solving crimes in Meme Town, so I think that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
one of them was me, and I didn't even do it.
Oh shit, that's true.
And we're
You
all
did say
very
you-
proud of you, Tony.
And
Okay, I got a
Conifer,
0% hit rate on solving crimes. Never mind. I'm bad at my job. I should just be a maintenance man and help people out.
I mean, that's kind of what you are. So, Conifer, what is your playbook?
I'm the chosen. I'm the chosen one. I'm a special little child. And I've been told that my whole life by my parents. And they were right about me being good at school and music and sports and computers. So they're probably right about the supernatural too. I just think it hasn't happened yet.
Okay. So, we start our story. It is a bright sunny afternoon. Just a little bit after the lunch rush. So, you all actually happen to be in the diner. Betty is, of course, serving up pancakes because that's what Betty does. I think Jimothy is probably just eating his pancakes, not really paying attention to a lot of other stuff. And Tony, you and Conifer might be talking about one of these cold cases that you've been looking at. And suddenly, things get strange. The normal world, the bright, colorful, normal everything is different. Suddenly, everything seems desaturated. You look around, and it's like the color has drained away from everything. And then you hear a voice. It's not in your heads, you don't think. But you hear this. It was a dark and stormy night as I rolled into town. The streets were bare, and the townsfolk were hiding. Hiding from a killer. This town, this meme town, it was supposed to be a good place, a safe place, a place where people took care of each other. But it turns out, Meme Town wasn't all that different from Chicago after all. There's a crash of thunder from the skies that were completely clear and blue just a few moments ago. And you hear the voice again. I walked through the streets, looking for any signs of the evil that lurked. It was quiet. Too quiet. But I knew it was there. It was just a matter of time. The small town sheriff's office was at the end of the road, and I knew that was the place to start. He'd know where the body was.
Did anybody else hear that, or am I just having some flashbacks?
You know where the body is, Sheriff? Why didn't you just tell me? Why are you wasting my time like this? I could be practicing algebra.
What? Who was that?
So you did hear that, right? I'm not just going crazy.
I heard.
right?
No, we all heard
We
it.
all heard it.
Okay. Well, that's a relief.
I opened the door, but the sheriff's office was empty.
Yeah, because
You
the
all
sheriff's
hear
not
that.
there.
I walked back
Yep.
into the street and looked around.
Betty?
There was a light in the diner. I watched as the neon sign above Betty's flickered and hissed in the night. Maybe there'd be answers in the diner.
Betty,
like
do you
a
need me to help you fix your sound system? I think it's
Ye-
playing some sort of weird audiobook.
Yeah,
This
or a
is
podcast.
No, I have my Audible set up, and that's not one of the books. I don't like true crime.
The door swings open, and there's a flash of lightning outlining this masculine form in the doorway.
Ah,
He's wearing a trench coat, a hat, and there's rain dripping from him. He walks in.
Hey, welcome to Betty's. How can I help you? Do you like to? Would you like to take a seat?
Ma'am, I'm looking for the law. The sheriff,
Oh.
if you will.
You found him.
Yeah. Hey. I got like a syrup in my beard. Hey. How can I help? Can it wait till after the pancakes or what?
Evil doesn't wait, Sheriff.
Okay. So no.
I looked around
okay.
the room. He's not talking, but you hear it anyway. I looked around the room, surveying the faces.
How
The
are you
old
doing
woman
that?
at the counter, the old man eating his
Old.
pancakes,
How dare you?
hey,
the
fuck
child
you, buddy.
with the pancakes, the
That's fine, yeah.
detective,
It's fine.
the sheriff with the pancakes. There was
Would
something
you like
about
some
the pancakes,
pancakes,
in this town.
Yeah. How are you doing this?
I would love some pancakes. Miss Betty, I assume.
Well, you assume right. You can sit down. You can tell us why you're wet. Would you like some coffee?
Coffee would be great. Detectives, we live on coffee.
How'd you take it, Noir?
How did you know?
He's
It's
very
just a gut
smart.
feeling. I'm very intuitive. Yeah, that's right.
What's the seating situation? I picture I was probably sitting at like the counter, right? Like the bar. Was everybody sitting there, or were
I
like
think Jimothy props up the counter, talking, just getting in Betty's way and being annoying all day, basically. But he's got enough money to buy us all the coffee and pancakes he wants. So yeah, I think Jimothy at least would be at the counter with the sheriff.
I'm probably at the counter too if we were talking already. So
yeah, it's just the three of us hanging out all at
There
the
is no
counter.
one else in here.
Come on, I'll buy you some pancakes, Conifer. That's probably how that went down. But it's like literally what he does every single day. Just sits in the diner all day.
Uncle Jimothy, they don't take my money here. It's fine. I'm a VIP.
Well,
Yeah,
fancy.
same. Yeah, this is when I busted you that one time when you were trying to dine and dash.
Betty takes my money pretty easy, I guess. I got plenty of it. Well, Grandma did.
So as this fellow sits down at the counter, you hear the over description again. I sat down. The counter's sticky with syrup.
Yes, sorry about that.
I clean twice a day.
I surveyed the faces of Meme Town. There weren't many in here, probably because of the killer on the loose. But they
Killer on
didn't
the
need
loose?
to worry.
Killer.
Detective Dale Finn was in town.
Dale Finn.
How did you know my name? He sits up straight.
What was it?
You're-
You said it.
You're talking without moving your mouth somehow, very loudly. I may add.
Can you
What'd
teach me?
Detective Dolphin?
I looked at all these faces. I didn't know what they were talking about. What are you talking about?
You asked inquisitively.
You're a keen one. Tell me, what do you all know about the murder here in Meme Town?
Sheriff?
From like 20 years ago, that one.
Yeah, how's that?
There was
How's that
another
cold
murder.
case coming, Sheriff?
I'm close. I'm really close. I got suspects.
Oh, sorry, I do mean to derail you there. You said there's been another murder?
There was, but there are two. Maybe they're connected.
Huh.
Sheriff, where's the body?
It's 20 years. It's gone. Like it's
No.
bodies.
The recent one. I sat back in my seat, wondering if perhaps this sheriff might be involved in some way. He had to know where the body was. He had to know that there was a body. Detective Dale Finn has never left a case unsolved. I turned back to the woman at the counter. Miss Betty.
Mr. Finn.
Do you-
Detective Finn?
Detective, that's right. Do you know where I might find a place to sleep until this rain stops?
I look outside. Is it raining?
It is.
Shit. Well, there's an inn right down the street. Some very nice people run it. The sheets are fine. There is no breakfast. It's just beds, but breakfast is here. So
All right. It's late.
that
He looks at his watch.
I look at the clock. Is it
3
late?
in the afternoon.
It
Yeah, I
is
thought it
no
was-
longer 3 in the afternoon. It is
Okay.
midnight.
What the? It's way
Kind of
past
for
your
you
bedtime,
should be
lady.
in bed.
I missed
Yeah.
orchestra.
Yeah, what are you doing here still?
I don't go to regular school. It's fine.
That's
you know,
true.
You have a bedtime though.
It's late. You all seem kind of confused. I'm going to go get a place to sleep. I'll be back here bright and early, 6 a.m. And Sheriff, we're going
We
to
open
I'm
at
not gonna.
8. We open
Yeah,
at 8.
Yeah, I'll be sleeping at 6, but if you want, I can come here at 8.
I mean, the place won't be open, but I might be here.
I'll see you all tomorrow morning. And the voiceover continues. I pushed away from the counter and made my way to the inn. These people, they were strange. But the poor citizens of Memetown, the poor, poor souls, seemed to have no idea that a murderer was in their midst. They seemed to have no idea that someone had been murdered.
I mean, he just told us that.
But rest assured, Detective Dale Finn would not leave Memetown without discovering the victim and who killed them.
The asshole's monologue continued as he went down the street.
Timothy, I can see your mouth moving, so I know that was you just talking.
Well, yeah, I wasn't trying to pretend. I was trying to make a joke. God damn it, Tony.
No, that was very funny.
It was funny.
Was there really a murder?
Is anyone missing?
I don't think so. I mean, there's
We've
like
seen everyone.
pretty much
What's the
everybody.
population of Memetown, Danny?
It's like 80. It's not a lot.
Okay.
You could find everyone. You could do a head
Okay.
count.
Let me
Quite
check
easily.
the town exchange. It's like a less technological next door. It's like a Google Doc or something.
most everybody's been in here today. I guess I haven't seen Jeb. Well, wait a second. I think his bedroom light's on over there. So, hey Jeb. Timothy goes and shouts out the door.
A guy's head appears in the window. Jimothy, what the hell happened to the sun?
I don't know. It was like 3 in the afternoon, and now it's midnight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I thought it was the shrooms again, but I guess that really happened. There was some kind of
Timothy, you can't just talk about your shrooms in front of me.
what?
It's
Oh,
not
no, we
legal
all do it.
here,
It's
I
fine.
don't think.
Do you want to partake, Tony? Because we can invite you
No,
next
we
time.
can't.
Like,
There's no crime in Memetown.
it's not crime. It's natural. You can ask
There-
Conifer for it.
They literally grow in the woods.
Also,
It's
it's not really
literally
illegal to talk
nature.
about it.
Conifer told me which ones they were. She's real smart.
We've been thinking
important
about
to
putting
know.
them in some of the pancakes, like having you know how fancier coffee shops do CBD and all that modern stuff. We've been thinking about doing like a mushroom omelet situation. Where's the sun?
The town
You
exchange is
probably-
mostly just people who are confused about the sun. Lisa's sheep is missing again. I don't know.
Betty.
That's pretty much it.
Betty, did you give us all shrooms and now we're imagining this Delphin guy?
No,
No.
I'm pretty sure that really happened.
Yeah, no, I think that happened because everyone else is seeing it, the town exchange, right? And I
Yeah.
haven't fed everyone, so.
Also,
Don't
people
know.
don't tend to share hallucinations, in my experience.
As you're
Oh,
sitting
you
there,
never know.
a couple
I
more
mean,
people.
sometimes I guess there's you're more of an expert in that kind of thing than me, but I know there's all kinds of hocus pocus mind magic that goes on out there, and maybe that could be affecting things. Which actually, come to think of it, seems pretty likely, given that it just suddenly was midnight.
Eddie, do you think this could be something magical?
I'm pretty
I think
I'm pretty goddamn certain it is. Yeah, because it don't just go from 3 in the afternoon to 12 at night, like like that. It usually takes what 17 hours or something.
that's
It's not
right.
17. It's not
It's
17.
it's exactly right. That's
Whatever,
exactly right.
Poindexter. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You
I don't
do-
think it's magical. I do think it might be supernatural.
you do
It is
notice some more people.
supernatural.
There suddenly are, well, not suddenly, but more people from the town are coming in to the diner. Jeb comes in and sits next to Jimothy. Hey, man.
Oh, hey, Jeb. So, you could you hear that monologue stuff as well?
Yeah, I did. It was real weird.
Okay, so
Well,
it's not
everyone
just us; it's
heard.
the whole town.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
yeah.
definitely not on me. That's great. I'm gonna make coffee, everyone.
Oh,
You
yeah,
hear that,
sounds good,
Sheriff?
sounds
She's
good.
not. Betty's not liable. You hear that?
I
mean,
have a strong alibi about all of this.
Absolutely. Put the handcuffs away. No need to be getting all extrajudicial.
Lisa comes in, looking a little bit confused. She's still missing a sheep. Susan and Cheryl come in as well. Soon, well, it looks like all 80 people in town are in the diner. Which,
Okay, easy with
makes
those
sense.
elbows.
It's fine, it's fine.
hey,
I'm-
Danny.
Yes.
I've got something I think I could actually use, which is funny because coming into this, I didn't know exactly how many of our actual like moves we'd be using in tonight's mystery, but I think I've got one that will work.
Okay.
The first time in each mystery that you observe a monster, minion, or phenomenon in action,
Oh.
you may ask one question from investigative mystery list.
All right, let's do it. Give me a
Amazing.
question.
Okay. I think what happened here?
You know, because you're the gumshoe, you've read about a lot of weird occurrences. You're kind of into investigating. And you're pretty sure that some sort of weird mojo is attached to this detective who has come into town. It feels like something is attached to him that you have to deal with.
Okay.
I also have a thing that I'm apparently supposed to use at the start of every mystery,
Okay.
where I'm Destiny's plaything, and so I have to roll plus weird to see what is revealed about my immediate future.
Ooh.
Wow.
So I need to look and see what my plus weird is. I feel like this is not a good roll. So I rolled a 4 plus 2 is 6. Yeah, that's bad. On a miss, something bad is going to happen to me.
Oh no, Conifer!
Oh, the 11-year-old.
Are you going... So you're going to know what happens to you that is a bad thing.
I don't know. What it says is it says is on a 10 plus, the keeper will reveal a useful detail about the coming mystery. On 7 to 9, you get a vague hint about it. On a miss, something bad is going to happen to you. So I think I just get a feeling something bad is going to happen, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, let me...
I've got a bad feeling about this, everyone.
Yeah,
I think we-
darling, the sun's missing.
Yeah,
I
we
think
all
need to
do.
get-
That's generally what happens when 80 people cram themselves into a diner. Something bad's gone down.
Well,
It
it
was a really
happened
bad
when
feeling.
Dale Finn. His name can't really be Dale Finn, right?
Well, what would be the purpose of changing it?
I
Timothy?
take away his coffee.
Yeah.
You're in timeout.
Oh,
Good
You're
one,
in
Uncle
timeout.
Timothy.
oh, come on.
This
Jeb
is a
liked it.
serious. This is a serious situation, Jeb.
Jeb's-
No,
Jeb's
I
still
take
laughing
away
now.
Jeb's coffee.
Jeb, Jimothy,
Jeb pouts.
you need to calm down. There's definitely something weird with this Dale Finn. And I think we just need to get him out of Meme Town before Meme Town has its third crime in history.
I don't know if he's gonna leave.
Jimothy has a move too. It's called Oops.
Okay.
And
All
it
right.
means that he stumbles across something important, but not necessarily in relation to this mystery.
Okay. And do you need
You
to roll
solved the
for
other
this?
case.
You find like a $20 bill.
That's not even it's not even a roll. It's just oops, and then we discover something important. It's
Okay.
in the playbook, which seems ridiculously OP, but I'm not going to abuse it.
No, I kind of love this because it lets us get really into our meme. So, Jimothy, you are sort of watching over Conifer's shoulder as she's scrolling through all this weird stuff on the internet that she's going through. And you spot something and go, hey, wait, what is that? You see an interesting page. And
Hey, wait a second there. Hold up on that one. Enhance.
This is a TikTok of a ferret taking a bath, Uncle Jimothy.
You don't just yell enhance
I've,
and then it adds pixels.
you know, I got a spooky feeling that ferret is goddamn important somehow. Oh, in fact,
So-
let's not double down on the ferret.
you actually, you're not wrong that there's something on this page that is important.
Scroll down in the comments section there.
In the comments, there is a user, Dale Finn.
Ah,
So when you click on that, you see this whole page of his TikToks, and they're all in black and white. And you start watching, and every one of them has that weird voiceover. And every one of them is him walking into a place talking about a crime. And as you're watching, there are people in the background, of course, as he's walking into these different places. And all of them have the same sort of look that you see on the faces of everyone in this room. Just confused and unsure. And you see as he, in each one of these, talks about the crime, finds the victim, solves the crime, leaves the town. And a lot of them have comments underneath. Do you read the comments?
Oh, hell yeah.
Whose phone is this? Is this?
This is Conifer's.
Mine.
Okay.
Conifer
Mine.
enhance.
I think this must be, I feel like we're on like not actual TikTok, but like a Twitter of aggregate of TikToks or something, but I don't know. Yeah,
Probably.
sure. Okay.
Because
Zoom enhance.
Dale doesn't actually understand how TikTok works. It's more links to videos on his Facebook page.
Oh, God.
Which are connected to his MySpace.
Oh my gosh.
That's still around.
Well, you didn't
Apparently.
think so, but you follow this rabbit hole. Conifer,
Space.
our chosen one. You seem to have this knack with technology. And you are able to find a lot of people who comment the same thing. And the thing that it says is, just go with it. Just go with it.
Just go with it. Is that
Is that like Nike?
It's
no?
not,
Almost.
Almost. Very close.
not- It's not almost, you guys.
Well, either there's some sort of new spam bot that I'm not familiar with, or hold on. This guy's videos have an awful lot of comments for somebody who doesn't have a lot of clout. He doesn't even have that many followers.
What is clout?
Investigate a
Tony,
mystery
what is
for me.
clout?
Clout is like
mean-
swag. It's like popularity.
Oh, okay, understood. Thank you, Conifer.
You can trust me on what's cool. I'm 11 and I live in a small town. What what am I rolling for?
I can give you all the tips you
Investigate a
want about
mystery.
what's cool.
Okay, investigate a mystery. Do I add anything to that?
You add your sharp.
Yeah.
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 Okay, I rolled a 9, but I have -1 to sharp because I've only been on this earth for 11 years and I've spent it in a town with only 80 people in it.
So that's an 8. So you get to answer, or you get to ask a question from the list of investigative mysteries.
Okay. Oh, where's the list? Sorry.
Where did it go?
It's in here. I can read them to you real quick.
Okay.
There's only like 6. There's what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, what was it going to do, what is being concealed here.
What is being concealed here, I think.
What is being concealed here? So you do a deeper dive into some of these comments, into what you can find out online. And the rest of the town is just sort of eating pancakes, drinking coffee, really just sort of waiting to find out what the hell is going on. And Conifer, you're able to find out that this Detective Dale Finn seems to be some sort of supernatural creature. From what you can tell, he's not malevolent. He's just in search of a mystery.
Oh.
You find a small town, a town called Jamestown. Much like Beamtown, they had virtually no crime. But Dale Finn showed up, demanding to solve the mystery. They thought he was weird and did their best to run him out of town. And things went badly until he finally was able to find a body and do his best to come up with the murderer. One of the folks from Jamestown mentions that the body may have just been, covered in ketchup. But this Dale Finn didn't seem to notice the difference between ketchup and blood.
Okay.
Interesting. So it's some sort of supernatural force that is like programmed in a way to only go away once it feels like it's solved a murder, but it doesn't have to be a real murder.
As far as you can tell, that seems to be what it is. This
So we got some kind of really insecure supernatural entity.
It seems to just want to create content and get its name out there, get some likes. So as long as it reads okay on a phone camera, it's probably fine, right?
You think so?
But Conifer,
especially in black and white.
What did you say about things went bad until it left? What kind of bad? So Danny, when Danny was giving you that lore dump, Danny mentioned that things went bad if, it didn't get a crime to solve, and I'm just curious what kind of bad that is. Is it people really dying? Is it?
Oh, did I get a sense of that, of what happened when they didn't go along with it?
Yes, it takes a little bit more digging. Go ahead and do another investigative mystery. Let's see how much. This is more just to give me an idea of how much to give you.
Okay, this is a 9.
Okay, so yeah, you're good at this internet thing. So you're digging, and
I'm a zoomer.
You are.
I say aloud like a normal child.
So you find that until they gave him a crime, real things started to happen. Real crimes seemed to be happening. There weren't any murders that you could find note of, but there were break-ins, there were carjackings, just other crimes that were starting to escalate until this Dale Finn found a body to work with.
Oh dear. I think as long as we want to keep Meme Town crime free and keep the police force down to just this one guy, we should probably try and avoid the crime rate escalating in this way.
Sounds to me like we just have to fake murder.
It seems pretty clear cut, I guess, from what everybody's saying.
So we can't be any of us because he already talked to us.
Yeah, he's seen us.
So we get a volunteer.
Jeb,
I don't want to be a murderer.
Jeb.
Yeah. What?
Jeb.
Yeah.
You want to get fake murdered?
Turn that
Jeb?
hearing aid on there, Jeb.
Well, no. I got other things to do. I got this thing. I gotta take care of a car that needs fixing. But yeah. What about Cheryl? Look at her. Doesn't she look half dead anyway?
You want to be the murderer, Jeb?
Oh,
That
that
is
is
mean.
Jeb. That was uncalled for.
That was really mean. Now you're the murderer, Jeb.
I felt that one.
Congratulations.
All right. I pull out my little notebook that I use for taking orders, and I'm going to start writing a cast list. So we have murderer. That's Jeb. All right. Who's going to be the murder victim? Everybody, we need a murder victim.
And you see Cheryl sort of, a little tear running down her face. I don't look half dead.
Cheryl, you're beautiful, darling. Do you want to be the murder victim?
You don't have to, Cheryl, but if you want to.
No
Can it be
obligation.
Susan? I can cry for Susan. I can sob for her. See?
You want to
Susan,
give
what do
me
you
some of
say?
the that is actually very convincing.
Poor Susan.
That's
Susan
good. That's good.
is Susan is about 18. Perky, blonde
Susan?
hair up in a big ponytail,
that'd be
wearing a
devastating for the
cheerleader's
town.
outfit.
Perfect.
She's like, I
Okay.
can totally do this. You guys,
I mean,
I'm just
that's
so good
gonna
at being
be-
dead.
I've got a really. I mean, you've already preempted my question, which was, how do you feel about being dead?
I
Well, you-
love it. I could be. This will start my acting career, and once this is done, can someone film Conifer? You can totally film this, right? And then it'll be like my audition reel, and I'm gonna go to LA, and I'm gonna be famous.
Yeah,
Now-
this is definitely I will put this on your IMDb for you as a short film credit.
Oh, that is fantastic! Yes, I'm so ready to
Let's
be dead.
just save the ID, the thing for after we deal with the detective, because
I
he
think-
can't
Oh,
know.
right, yeah, detective.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think it's pronounced Idimba.
Idimba?
What?
Idimba, yeah, that's right.
Idimba.
Like
That
Idimba,
Okay.
Idimba. That's how it goes, right?
Or
I
something.
zoned out for like 3 seconds and I have no clue what you're talking about now, Jimothy.
Well, why do you
Conifer is
try-
just not listening to you. Conifer's just like on TikTok.
what
Looking for
is?
inspiration?
Of course.
I'm sorry. What
Uh,
is the name of the cheerleader?
Susan.
Susan. That's
Cheryl's
right.
gonna be the crier.
Yes, Cheryl will cry. I have that, and
Mourner
Susan
number
will
1.
die.
Mourner number 1. Jeb is murderer. I'll play the bumbling buffoon of the sheriff. That
Okay,
That's gonna be
there.
so
I'm sure
hard
that'll
for
be
you.
a stretch. Yeah.
I'll play the clarinet at her funeral.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah, you played that so beautifully. What was that
That's
one
gotta
song
be-
you played? I like big butts and I cannot lie. Was that the one?
I don't know how you
played
learned
that so
on the
good.
clarinet.
Sir Mix-a-Lot does have a lot of interesting repertoire for a developing woodwind player, but I think maybe something a little more somber for the funeral.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Good call.
That's probably
Betty?
a good call.
What's your kind of role you're looking into?
Oh,
Just
I think I just I saw everything. I think I suspect someone. And I start surveying the room. Is there like a younger man in this town?
Yes, there is this kind of nerdy-looking fellow named Clancy.
Of course there is.
God damn it, Clancy.
Do not let him near your cash register, Betty. He is bad for technology.
I look around. Well, Tony, I think I will be the gossip because I've seen everyone come and go, and I actually think that Clancy did it because him and Susan used to date, and I heard that they broke up. I heard that she broke up with him, and he was upset about it.
oh, that's good.
Oh
That's
my
a
god,
good
that's
story.
totally how it would
That's
happen.
solid.
I would totally dump him.
Hey,
And then you
don't be mean.
like,
Don't worry about it.
everybody
No,
comes
just-
to this diner.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
But you'll be the perfect gossip. Okay.
Yes.
Jimothy,
Yeah.
we've got clarinet player at the funeral. We've got town gossip. We've got bumbling idiot. What kind of role you think you're going to be filling in, Jimothy?
Guess I could. You want me to be the preacher?
Absolutely. More than anything, Jimothy.
I usually get a burning sensation when I go to church, but I guess I'll give it a whirl.
Well, we can have an outdoor funeral. It's gonna work really well with the clarinet and everything.
That's true. I'll be extra noir too. The pitter patter of the rain filling up the
I
grave and all
feel like
that
it's
shit.
going to rain no matter what. day
Oh,
we have
yeah.
the funeral.
Oh yeah, it's gonna rain real hard no matter what. Yeah.
We need
Um,
someone to stand in the back of the funeral and just look mysterious.
Oh
call.
yes, like in all the movies
Oh,
where they're just wearing
Mysterious
all
Steve.
black.
Mysterious
Yeah.
Steve. Yes.
Steve, where is Steve?
Steve.
He's
here?
in the shadows in the corner over there.
Oh yeah,
no,
there he is.
I didn't see him. In
Yeah,
Hi,
you
the
see, that's
Steve.
darkness.
Mysterious Steve.
What's up, Steve?
Steve, you got that part? You want to stand back in the funeral and be kind of a
And
red herring?
He just nods.
All right, so we got 2 red herrings,
Apt.
Clancy and Mysterious Steve.
How do we kill her? Again, not for real. I cannot stress this enough. Susan,
Yeah.
you're gonna live.
Susan, if anybody else comes up to you and asks you the question, "How do you feel about being dead?" you run away.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't.
of course, yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Unless it's a producer, in which case,
No,
No,
honey,
especially
especially
if
if
it's
it's
a
a producer.
Especially if it's a producer. Oh my! Oh, oh boy, howdy. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. No, yeah. So, how are we going to stage this murder then? I guess, what do teenage boys do? Not
I
that.
don't want to know, Uncle Jimothy.
Yeah, not that. Don't. I wasn't thinking about that.
But the teenage boy's not the real murderer, right? We're actually
No, but if it was being set up, maybe it would be.
okay, I'm following now.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Anybody could just hit someone over their head with a shovel or something, you know?
So,
But the
okay,
question
well,
is
you know what we do?
why?
Yeah, I was gonna say what we do need is a real motive that Jeb. Why did Jeb commit this murder? Because I bet Dolphin's gonna.
Hey, Jeb, if you were going to kill someone, why would you kill them and why? How would you kill them and why?
Why would you kill them and why?
I would,
Why, Jeff?
you know, I would totally do it by framing someone else. Like I'd probably use Conifer's axe, because everyone sees her around town with that thing. So I'd totally use her axe, and I'd put the body in Jimothy's Buick Regal and use it to drive the body to the woods.
Oh, no.
So you're framing multiple people.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally
Everything is connected.
getting all the suspicion off of me.
That's
Okay,
smart,
how
you son of a-
would
That's
you
smart, you
rope
son of a bitch, Jeb.
Jeb, how would you rope Clancy into it?
Oh, well, no, he'd just be a suspect because, you know, he actually dated her.
He's a spurned lover.
Oh, but I would totally kill her because she didn't want to date me. Ignored the fact
What?
that I'm like her dad's age.
50.
Ew.
Yeah.
So of course she wouldn't want to date
Disgusting.
you, you disgusting old man. What the
Jeb,
hell?
Right, but isn't
now
that like a
I kind of
good
want to just
reason?
arrest
Tony?
you, Jeb,
Yeah.
just to be safe.
No, I mean, look,
That
you
was
asked me for
very
a reason.
sus, as they say.
That's you know what, that was pretty good, Jimothy. They really the Zoomers do say that quite a
They
bit.
say
right?
that a
Right,
lot. Yeah, I
Conifer?
heard that.
I'm proud of you for that one. Tony, maybe remember all of this for when we're done here.
Oh, he's going to jail for sure. After.
I didn't kill her. She's alive right here. Susan, wave at them.
Or some sort of corrective rehabilitation, maybe like talk about it.
You asked. Look,
Counseling at
Jeb,
least, Jeb,
Jeb.
no matter
I've
what.
been watching
When
a
you're
lot
in
of
a hole, Jeb.
Netflix.
Sort
And-
of something. Jesus Christ, I don't want to know what you've seen on Netflix.
When you're in a hole,
But-
Jeb, stop digging.
Okay. They have a lot of serial killer stuff on right now, so I think it.
Serial. Wait.
What?
She's not his first victim.
Oh, Dolphin's gonna solve a serial crime.
Yeah, maybe
That'll
that's
really
gonna
get
help
rid of his
him.
ass.
That way, any one of us could be a victim because we've just been killed later.
The second one of us
Timothy's
is
next
like tired or something. We could just step out and be killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I actually would love that.
No.
Honestly, if
No, you're important.
Wait, then I.
but
You need-
I'm the
But then
one-
I need a different motivation because, like, not everyone is gonna not date. I guess everyone is gonna
Well-
not date me because I'm 50 and I'm single still. But
Have you seen
Oh, Jeb,
Mindhunter on
you'll find the
Netflix?
right.
oh, I
person
did.
for
That
you.
was really
Because
cool.
that's all about why serial killers do what they do. So I'm sure
Oh,
you can think of
yeah.
some kind of, mental illness reason.
Yeah.
Or, you're just a bad
You just
person.
like
and
it.
then
Yeah, but
you
just like
just
murdering.
enjoy it. And then you portray people with mental illnesses in a bad light. Maybe we'll.
You're so right, Betty. Thank you for calling me in on that one. That was a real mistake.
Well,
I'll do better, everybody.
I'm learning a lot about accountability.
It's
and
important to be accountable. Pay
Stuff.
attention to the words you're saying.
Conifer starts typing up a notes app apology to the whole town.
Can I
Post it on
just?
the Google Drive.
Can I maybe not blame it on mental illness, but just go with? I kind of like the feeling of the way the axe stops on the bone. Like it
Okay,
feels
Jeb,
different.
You're
Jeb,
going to
Jeb, you
jail
need-
the second
no,
Dolphin's
this
out
is
of town.
perfect.
My
My axe
friend,
could absolutely cut
This
through
has
bone.
brought something dark out of your psyche, Jeb. I'm not sure what the heck's going on here.
But have you
Conifer,
ever
you
like?
may also be going to jail.
But no. Think about like when you're chopping up a chicken, and you use the cleaver, and it
Yeah.
cuts through the bone differently than like when you're using an axe to cut firewood. It's just got a different sensation. So maybe it's just that I really decided that I like that sensation.
Or
and
you're
so,
just
like
really
the combination of
tactile.
the-
I see.
Yeah, I'm just really tactile.
Okay, well, that's,
So here's the thing. Here's
it's
the
like the
thing.
sensation.
Here's the thing. You kill Susan
Yeah.
because she doesn't want to date you because that'd be fucking creepy and terrifying. And then
Okay.
you get a taste for it. And someone else goes missing.
Okay. Oh, or maybe someone gets close to figuring out that I framed someone. Oh, yeah. Maybe next I kill Clancy.
We spend a day convinced that it's Clancy, and
then Clancy dies.
Yeah.
and then he's dead.
because
And
Clancy
he dies,
wouldn't
of
go
course,
with
because
me
he wanted
either.
to clear his name. He wanted to clear his name,
Oh,
so
right,
he almost
yeah.
solves it.
Yeah, okay, that's better. That he's just on to me. Yeah.
Oh, Dolphin's never going to come back here again after he solves all these crimes.
I wonder if there's a way to reset him, or
Like
like
Buzz Lightyear?
cure him. I don't follow the reference, but to because some other town is gonna have to deal with the same thing. Maybe if we concoct a mystery so big, he can just solve it and retire.
Do
You
you
solved
have
every murder ever.
any sort of
I mean, honestly,
moves?
you know what?
I've read about this sort of thing as a move.
Let's try that and
Ah, that's a good one.
see if you can think of a way that might help with this.
All right, I wrote a 9 and I have a +2, so that's an 11.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So you think that if you can concoct a big enough series of crimes, it really might make him feel like he has done everything. He has fulfilled his purpose.
Well, everyone, I have read about this sort of thing, and if we maybe it's like a triple, quadruple homicide. It's the red herrings and mysterious Steve shows up at the funeral, the whole thing. Maybe if he solves that, he can feel good enough about himself and retire. Maybe write a book. You know, Mindhunter was based on a book. Maybe he writes the next Mindhunter and leaves little towns alone or something. This is my first time concocting a murder mystery. I'm not
think
sure
you're
how
doing
that
fine.
works. Oh, thank you, darling. And I give his coffee back.
Thanks. It's a little bit cold now, but thanks.
I refill his coffee.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh,
That's
a
genius,
good cup
Betty.
of Joe. Oh.
And it would be really nice if we got a new season of Mindhunter. It's been a very long time.
It has. Susan is very excited about the prospect of being part of this, and she looks up and says, "Do you think they'd bring Mindhunter back and let me play the part of me? I could totally play me.
Play yourself.
I would be so good at being me. I am so good at being me."
Sure.
That is honestly so inspirational, dear.
Oh, thanks.
You know, sometimes I have days where I don't know if I'm good at being anything. But seeing that kind of positivity shine through has really put a spring in my step today.
Aw.
Tonight, it is 1
Oh.
in the morning.
You know, we have 1 in the morning. It should be 4 in the
So-
afternoon.
Wait. Oh, should I wear my cheerleader uniform for the funeral?
Definitely, yes.
For best dramatic
Yes.
effect, yes,
Awesome.
absolutely, you should. Yeah,
Oh, are we
Yeah.
gonna have to like get blood and stuff on it?
sure, but
Yes.
I mean, we got a dry cleaners in town. I'll pay for it.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
We can use some of the strawberry jam I have for them.
Oh, I can look up makeup
Pancakes.
tutorials for special effects stuff.
Amazing.
Yes. Oh, this will be so
But
cool.
first, well, she has to be the last one he finds. Right?
Wait, me? I thought I was supposed to be the first.
You'll be the first one.
I'm the victim.
You've been dead. You've been dead a while.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna be the one he came to town to investigate in the first place, right? So she must have been dead sometime
But
before
do
he
we
came.
does he find her body straight away, or does he find the scrunchie of her uniform?
Oh,
in
I
the
have a spare
woods.
scrunchie.
Covered in blood
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. I'm workshopping. Maybe he just finds her.
I could totally just be dead in the woods.
You can just be dead in the woods.
Absolutely could, yeah.
How
Okay.
long can you hold your breath, Susan?
Oh,
Wait. Hold on.
No,
Remember-
we're
Meg,
timing. We're timing.
You remember those back in high school we used to do some of those little tricks and stuff, like the light as a feather, stiff as a board kind of one? Remember there was the one where it's like the kind of the false death one? It's like a minor glamour spell, I think it kind of is, where it just basically makes you look
Hold.
like you're not responsive and you've been dead. Masks the fact that you're breathing. We used to do it to frighten the school nurse.
1 minute exactly on the dot. That is
Very impressive.
That was pretty
Very
good. That was my
impressive.
whole monologue.
I was trying. I was trying real hard. You talked a lot.
But we can just do the minor glamour and
Oh.
you wouldn't have to. Deep breaths.
Okay.
Yeah, you just yeah.
The world's a little
We-
spinny now.
I hand her my inhaler.
I ain't a spooky magic man, but I know we used to be able to do those kind of things pretty easy.
Okay.
We learned the words from playing records backwards.
Yeah, that was all actually real back in the day. The
Really
enchantments and the stuff and the
ruined a lot of perfectly good albums that didn't have anything backwards on them. And the player as well. Oh God, so many needles. Anyway, that's a different story. Oh.
Yeah, let's. Well, I think, if I may, everyone should go to bed. I know you're probably not tired because it was just 3 in the afternoon, but everyone go to bed. And we're going to stay here with Susan. We're going to work on the makeup and the special effects. And in the morning, I kind of like go through my notes again. In the morning, Cheryl, we're gonna
Yeah.
go and
I'm gonna sob.
walk your dog. You're gonna walk your dog in the woods and
I can
find her,
Oh,
And
I will cry
come
so hard.
screaming down Main Street.
I
You
can
come
do that.
Screaming down the street.
I will sob and scream and cry. Yes, I can do it.
Beautiful.
All
Now
right,
go
yeah.
get some rest.
Okay. And this feels like an excellent time to take a brief break.
hell
Yeah,
yes.
great.
Yay.
So we will be back in just a few minutes. Please hang around. Hello and welcome back to Meme of the Month. This is our second half, and our lovely cast have just finished plotting how they're going to... I'm not even sure what to call it. Out-puzzle this fellow? But that's fine. The rest of the town has gone to nap. Our lovely characters here are still in the diner, in Betty's diner, and they have been working on Susan, getting her ready with makeup and special effects so that she looks dead. And they, I guess she's looking pretty dead at the moment, especially considering that the world is still in black and white. What are you going to do now?
Well, I guess we need to set up. Well, we're gonna have to set up a crime scene at some point. But
Yeah, where in the woods is this supposed to happen?
Somewhere close by, I'm assuming, so that Cheryl can find her, right?
I guess pretty close to the the little footpath that runs through the woods there. We're dog walkers, so it can't be too far off the trail.
Oh, you know what would help? Do you have some bacon? We could put bacon in my pockets because Cheryl's dog totally loves bacon and can smell it from like a mile away.
Yeah, but then when
You would have bacon in your pockets.
Yeah, Dale's gonna be like, "Whoa, why does this
Right.
cheerleader have so much
Okay.
bacon in her pockets?"
Well, I mean, does it? How in depth does this guy go? What does he do? Does he like get a like full forensic examination on, or does he just
That's a
sort
good
of go,
question because, like I said,
I see a dead body. Like,
Susan can only hold her breath for 1 minute, so we've only got 1 minute investigation time.
We can glamour her. I think. We used to
Okay.
do that kind of stuff all the time.
He was good at it, like 25 years ago.
Could
yeah,
we put
I still know how to do it.
could we put something that the dog would be interested in like next to her, and then it's just a coincidence that she's right there? So it's not like about her.
Well,
Mm.
here's the thing. Dale Finn is not gonna be there, so
Yeah,
technically,
it don't really matter. He's not going to be there to discover the body.
Oh
technically,
yeah.
all
She
that
don't even really
matters-
need to go see him in the first place. She just come running out of the woods. As long as
Yeah,
as long as we stage the body by the time he gets there to go.
I think it's good if Cheryl does see what we've staged, just so she can describe it.
Describe it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's my thinking, and you all let me know if this is way just not on the plot. So
Mm-hmm.
Dale, do we know how to contact Dale first and foremost?
Yeah, we go
Uh,
yell down at the old inn down the street. there.
Okay. Okay.
he's-
So how about
I
this?
mean, he's gonna be here at 8 a.m. anyway.
Well, then how about this? 7 a.m. I rope off the crime scene with Susan in it, and then I go get Dale, and I let him know, like, hey, you know that body you were looking for? You were right. You were dead on the money. We just found Susan.
It was Cheryl found Susan walking her dog this morning, and
Yeah, and I'll just kind of fill them in, and then it'll already be roped off. And I'll be like, we already found the body. We got to take it to the morgue. I don't know what this thing's going to do. I don't know if it's going to go, like, to the crime scene and investigate, or if it is going to wait till it's in the morgue.
If you want, well, I mean, do we have a morgue? Could we use something?
I mean, we've got the back room of the sheriff's office.
Want me to be the ME instead of the preacher at the funeral? Would that make more sense?
Oh,
maybe?
you know what? That may make more sense.
I'll be the
How about
coroner.
you be the coroner.
mortician.
What are they called?
A
Coroner.
mortician, a coroner.
Mortician.
You know,
Yeah, do we have
the local mortician slash
we've got a
undertaker
funeral.
slash medical examiner. I'm all of those things.
Surely we've got a funeral home, right? People
Well,
die
yeah, people
here.
do
Yeah, but we
die.
wouldn't necessarily have like a licensed coroner.
Yeah, people
Well,
die
now
here.
we do.
In this case, we do. So okay, I'll do that. I could lie
now-
my ass off to police. I've done it a lot, Sheriff.
So, excuse me.
Nothing.
Did you really do the
No.
dine and dash?
Fat
No,
tire.
that was
No,
I would
no.
I wouldn't fleece Betty like that.
No, he wouldn't.
That's right. Yep. So anyway, I can be a veterinarian, mortician, medical examiner, dentist, whatever you like.
You're the medical guy of
That's
the
right.
town.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
just likes death and
Yeah, whether it's
corpses.
if it's an animal, a person, no matter what, people
I don't
come
got
to
a
you.
white coat, but I do have a light blue one, so that'll probably be good enough.
I'll be good.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
In this
Well, I
black and
mean,
white world, you
everything's-
think
Yeah.
it'll work.
I'm pretty sure it's pale enough to pass as white.
So, do I want to try to lead Dale to the crime scene or to the funeral home / coroner's office / morgue?
I think he's gonna want to see the crime scene, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you all go get everything set up on the crime scene, and 7 o'clock sharp, I'll go ring Dale and bring him out.
So that means that right before 7, we need to have Cheryl running down the street screaming, which will probably wake him up as well. So that's good. He's gonna be dressed and everything. And then, assuming that she comes running down the street screaming because she's looking for you, because you're the sheriff.
Okay.
then you
I
go
like
get
this.
him.
Yeah.
Chain
Let's
of
do that.
events.
Okay, so I won't have it already roped off and finding him. Instead, it will be we both find her at the same time, myself and Dale.
Yeah. Or, well, what I was thinking, that might be simpler. What I was thinking is we have her running down the street screaming. She allegedly goes find you. Some time passes.
Okay.
Roped off your scene, and then you go find him, and you're like,
Yes.
did you hear that woman screaming? That was because crime.
Because
Yes,
crime.
that was
exactly
crime.
right.
That was a crime
There was
scream.
so much crime.
Beautiful young
All right, I
cheerleader. It's
love it.
devastating.
Okay, so everybody has their positions. None of us have slept, so we're all very sleep deprived, I believe.
But it's the middle of the goddamn afternoon still, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't feel
Very
tired at
true.
all.
Technically, it's like 9 o'clock p.m. at night, but
Yeah,
it's
you're all
also
feeling
now
fine.
7 in the morning, 6 in the morning the next day. Yeah,
Okay.
time's funny like that.
So you
what, I
managed to get everything set up in the woods. I need anyone who's going to try to cast a glamour to roll weird for me.
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'll be fine. Have a look.
The mundane is doing a
That's-
glamour.
That's actually an 11. I've got +1 weird.
All right.
He only has know how to do little things, but he can do them pretty well.
But he
Okay.
learned.
At least just make the chest not be rising and falling.
yeah,
You
so she appears
absolutely-
dead.
You absolutely make her appear dead.
Ooh. Still okay down there? Just checking.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
What if Jimothy accidentally killed her?
Oh no.
Well, that's why it's good that he rolled an 11 and not like a 5.
I guess I played the wrong verse backwards on that Judas Priest LP. It stopped her heart. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yep.
Okay, cool. Yes. Okay, she's dead.
Good work, everyone. Susan, just stay here.
Okay.
And we're all gonna go places. And we'll see you at your funeral.
Okay, great.
Break a leg.
Thank you so much.
Have fun.
I will.
Bye.
I gotta say, this is weird. Talking to a dead
I mean,
girl.
it's been weird since
Since
Dale
the
came
sun
in.
disappeared.
This was
Yeah.
particularly weird, though. Just standing here in the black and white, talking to a dead girl who isn't really dead, but goddamn, that's convincing.
As far as you
It
can
is
see,
unsettling.
Yeah.
she was talking. Her face wasn't moving at all.
Ooh.
Well, that's creepy. Anyway,
As
stay-
we
try
leave
and-
the
try
crime
and
scene.
try and stay warm. You'll hear him coming. So just just
Okay.
okay.
Bye, guys.
As soon
Take
as
care-
we
take care,
leave, I'm
sweetheart.
gonna give Cheryl a wake up call and just be like, hey, everything's set up and we are good to go on your screams whenever you're
Okay.
ready.
Great. Let
Have
me
fun.
just-
Warm up.
I-
We don't want you losing your voice.
Yes, I'm good. I am good.
And then you can stop by for some coffee. It can be a comfort because you've seen something horrible.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, Rover, let's go. And the plan begins. A few minutes later, you hear some sobbing coming down the street. Sheriff! Oh, Sheriff! Tony! Sheriff, we need you, Sheriff Woods! And she goes and starts pounding on the door of the sheriff's office. Sheriff!
Yeah.
I found something in the woods. Something terrible.
What'd you find?
I found Susan.
You're doing really good, Sheriff.
Thanks. I'm having so much fun with this. she
I'm
was
sorry,
dead.
I keep great to cries. I don't have that acting ability, but you're doing really good.
Thanks. You gotta
I'll go.
you gotta find out who did
It's
this
all right.
terrible thing.
Cheryl, why don't you go to the diner? I'm sure Betty will fix you up with a coffee, some
okay.
food, try to comfort you. I'll go get Dale,
Okay.
who's the expert investigator, and we'll get to the bottom of this, Cheryl. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. And as she walks into the diner, you all hear the voiceover start again.
Oh my god.
I woke up from a long, restless night. I dreamt of terrible things in the woods, because there are always woods, and always terrible things. Meme Town was not going to have a good night's sleep until I was finished with it. And it stops. At least
I'm heading
briefly.
to the inn where he's staying, or where they're staying.
Okay. And do you just walk in, knock on his door?
Yeah, I was gonna. I don't know exactly. We're calling it an inn.
It's more like a B&B.
I think I said a bed without breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one B.
A boarding house.
It's a
Because
B.
It's just a B.
It's a B.
Yeah. I'll walk right past the caretaker or the owner of the establishment and go to the one door that I know is the one room you can rent in the whole town.
Well,
and knock on the door.
the owner points at it. There are a couple of rooms there. It's not that small, but
Okay.
I mean, he was in at the planning meeting, so.
Yeah. And who's the owner? Just so I can get a name.
Samson.
Samson. Okay. Yeah. I'll give Samson a wave and a wink, and go knock on Dale's door.
I heard a knock on my door. It was early.
Yeah, it's me.
It could only mean one thing. I opened the door
Yep.
to see the sheriff standing there. Good morning, Sheriff.
Took my hat off. Yeah. Well, Dale, you're right. There was a murder here.
I knew it.
It was Susan, the local cheerleader, the one and only cheerleader our town had.
The voiceover starts again. The cheerleader. Like so many dreams I've had. Save the cheerleader. Save the world. But I was too late. If I could find her killer, bring them to justice, maybe it will be close enough. And he looks at you. The cheerleader.
Susan is her
Susan.
name.
Let's go take a look.
It's in the woods.
Of course.
I think I heard you mention woods, or maybe I just heard that in my head.
It's always the woods. Sheriff, it's always the woods.
Okay, so you really are saying that right now.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a strange thing to say.
Well, yeah, okay. Just follow me. I just need to stare at your mouth at all times, I guess. Let's head to the. We just call them the woods. We've only got one woods, and it's these ones. Here, I'll show you where they are.
And as he's following you, the voiceover starts up again. We walk through the town. It was quiet. The rain was still raining.
He's not a great author. I say aloud to the people at the diner.
We walked through the lonely streets of the deserted town. The rain was still raining like rain falling from the skies.
His prose leaves a little something to be desired.
Yeah, everyone at the diner is having an impromptu book club meeting, and we're discussing the prose.
What do you
As
think the
this is
rain
happening.
represents?
Rain.
I'm pretty sure it represents rain, yeah.
In this case, definitely just rain.
It's not really like a reference, it's more of like an emphasis.
Okay.
Adam died.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm crying, but I'm done.
Oh,
I'm good.
the rain was still raining.
The rain is still raining.
Okay.
What do you think
I
about
did
it
not
long
mean to
enough, it
derail you,
almost-
Danny,
it
but
becomes
that
profound.
fucking killed me.
Even as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, oh, that was bad. That's fine.
It was beautiful.
It works
The
for
rain is
him.
still
So.
raining.
I followed the sheriff down the path. The trees were growing over it.
The
I could
trees are
hear the
still
rain
treeing.
dripping on the leaves. She was close, I could tell. I kept following the sheriff. And he just keeps following behind you until you take him to the body.
Yeah, and it's I threw up some caution tape already. Like do not enter like a
Right.
30
Police line, do
foot.
not cross.
Yeah, square around the body. Yeah, shoot. Not Carol.
Cheryl?
Cheryl.
The sheriff's
Knew it started with
line.
a C. Cheryl was walking her dog Rover. She usually does walks early morning here in these woods, and the dog, actually broke free of the leash and ran straight to this body here, and that's how Cheryl discovered it.
Well, let's take
Thought
a
you wanted to
look.
be the first one to see it.
You thought right, Sheriff. You did the right thing. Let's take a look. And the voiceover starts up again. I stepped under the caution tape, taking in the scene before me. There she was. Blonde hair, cheerleader uniform, dead. I moved a little closer. Not a hint of life about her. But there were slashes through her uniform, like an axe, buried in her chest. What kind of a monster would do something like this? And he looks at you. What kind of a monster would do something like this?
I mean, a mean one, right?
Absolutely. Do you have a coroner? Someone who can look at her, find out exactly
yeah, we
what
do.
happened?
Jimothy is the town's coroner, and vet and doctor and funeral guy.
Funeral guy, Jimothy Manuelson.
So he's got a lot of experience. Excellent.
He knows his way around a dead body.
Let's get her back to your morgue. Let him find out just how she died. In the meantime, I'm going to the cafe. To Betty's.
The diner.
The diner.
It's not. No. Hey, real quick before you go there. Nobody calls it a cafe. It's a diner.
Oh,
so don't go
okay.
in there calling it, because you'll probably get weird looks if you do that.
All right.
Crash cut to the diner. I've broken in glass in anger. Cafe. It's not a cafe.
All right. You take care of the body. Meet me in the diner once you have a cause of death.
Okay.
And the voiceover starts again. I walked back through the woods into the town. My face was wet, rain dripping into my eyes. I wish I'd remembered my hat. But soon enough, I reached the diner, the lights still flickering. Inside, though, it was warm. I sat down at the counter beside the old lady. I looked at her and said, "Hey, Betty."
If you call me old one more time, I'm not going to serve you any coffee.
I didn't know what she was on about, but that was fine. I flashed
She
her
was
a
still
smile.
old.
I'd love a cup of joe.
I pour him some coffee and I go, terrible weather we're having.
The rain never seems to stop.
You know,
The
it
old
hadn't
woman was
rained in
still
like
mourning.
several months before you came to town.
Record-breaking drought in Meantown.
Strange. Say, Betty, this seems like a popular place. He looks around.
It's the only place.
He nods. I'm guessing you probably know everyone in town.
That I do.
Did you know Susan, the cheerleader?
I did. I did know Susan, the only cheerleader in town. We, I guess, no longer have a cheerleading squad. Cheryl came in. I
Oh.
know, I heard. And I motion over to a booth where Cheryl is stationed to perform.
He looks over at Cheryl, and she just bursts into tears again, theatrically sobbing. Susan!
He's been sobbing on and off for the past hour. We're all very sad.
I'm gonna go talk to her.
Be not to tell you how to do your job, but be nice.
I'm always nice to the ladies.
Ew.
Debatable.
Yeah.
He gets up with his cup of
I s-
coffee.
I dismissed the old woman and went to the crying broad in the booth.
And he walks over and sits down
I hate that
next
you're
to
good at
Cheryl.
this.
I talked to the woman, the one who found the body. So this voiceover is going to everyone in town, which is very convenient because you all know exactly what the hell's happening.
Yeah.
She sobbed. She sobbed a lot. Maybe too much. Could she have been the one that killed the cheerleader? I looked her up and down. She wasn't terrible.
I break another glass.
She reminded me a little bit.
Why are we helping?
We've got this 1940s misogyny absolutely down.
I hate this guy. I want him out of the
It
town
wasn't.
so bad.
That's the whole point,
The
Sheriff.
broad,
Yeah.
the broad
Yeah, we
wasn't
need to get him.
terrible.
And not only that, we need him to never investigate another town again.
We need him banished from the world.
I've got. Never mind.
She told me about the girl, the dead girl, how she found her this morning, how the dog broke the lead, ran straight to the body. It was terrible. She seemed genuinely broken up about it. Maybe she wasn't a suspect, but I couldn't eliminate anyone yet. I thanked her and went back to talk to Betty. The voiceover
Detective?
stops. Betty, can you top me up here? And he holds out his cup of coffee.
I just pour him another cup of coffee. I don't give him my signature smile. I just kind of look at him.
Tell me, Betty, do you know anyone who might have had a grudge against Susan?
Well, I don't know if anyone had a grudge. She was a wonderful young woman, very smart. But she did have a boyfriend. Well, an ex-boyfriend. She broke up with him.
Oh, it's always the husband, the boyfriend, the man.
Most of the time, we read books, we watch Netflix.
I looked her up and down. The voiceover begins again. Dames reading books? I don't know if I buy that.
So like I said, she was a very smart, promising young woman. She was going to college to study liberal arts and engage in feminist affairs.
Reference the
Which
worst
is
kind of arts there
why
were.
She broke up with her boyfriend. His name is Clancy. He lives down the street, little greenhouse. You can't miss it. His mother has a terrible taste in paint. And yeah, they broke up. She broke up with him. And I'm guessing that's why he was mad. But that's just me. Allegedly.
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 The voiceover starts up again. Huh. Woman. Planning to go better herself with college. No wonder the man broke up with her. He didn't need someone like that in his life.
You may see yourself out now, detective. Don't you have a case to solve?
Indeed I do. And he gets up and starts walking.
The dame clearly had ideas above her station, but was that reason enough to kill?
I think I've like been just sort of quietly sitting at the diner, like trying not to say anything. And the second he walks out, I just say, Betty, I don't think it's enough that we kill this weird monster thing. I think we have to cancel him.
Well, you start working.
I got a gun.
You start working on the note, the whatever you call the note app thing, and we can
This is
release
past
a
that,
statement.
Betty. I'm gonna do a whole Reddit thread.
You're gonna tell me what Reddit is, and I am completely on board.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You hear more of his monologue as he's walking through town. This rain just wouldn't stop. It's like the heavens themselves were crying for this cheerleader. Maybe the heavens didn't know that she was getting ideas that she shouldn't have. Maybe they just cried for her beauty. Still, they cried, the heavens.
I turn to the people at
Everybody
the
in the
diner.
town.
Everyone in the town
Yeah,
hears
everyone
the
can
open
hear it.
Everybody
voiceovers.
in the town hears this.
I turn to the people at the diner, my impromptu book club, and I'm like, now you see, that was a metaphor. Terrible metaphor, but it was an attempt at some sort of simile. The rain like tears from heaven, it's bad. He's a bad writer and he's a bad man. Yeah, not great.
I think at the morgue, I believe it's just myself, Jimothy, and Susan. Now, just us three there, probably.
Jimothy's been there a while, but when you've come there with Susan, he hurriedly is like coming out of a closet, just wafting. It's okay, I'm here. Okay, I'm ready.
Dale's not here yet, Jimothy.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
I mean,
I'm ready now.
you look great, Jimothy.
I just found these old things back in the office there.
Yeah, you know what? We should probably actually hire a real funeral director /
Yeah, I mean,
coroner
just
/
leaving people outside for the coyotes to take is like, I'm pretty sure it's illegal, actually, Sheriff.
Yeah, I really think our town actually does need this role. So maybe Jimothy, maybe if you play your cards right, this may
Oh, no,
be a new employment opportunity for you in the future.
I'm a gentleman of leisure. I don't work.
Well, we'll need to find somebody for this job because the town definitely needs somebody to bury the dead.
Well, let's see how I do with this fake thing first, eh? And then we'll see if I can.
I think based off of the voiceover that I heard in my head, I believe Dale's coming here now.
Okay. Well, Susan, if you want to just make yourself comfortable on the slab there, I'll cover you up with this sheet.
So you hear the voiceover start again. My conversation with the ex-boyfriend was fruitless. He, of course, claimed he didn't do anything, that he knew nothing of her murder. He didn't even know she was dead. I think he was lying. I think he knew more than he was letting on. Still, without cause of death, without a murder weapon, I couldn't be sure. I made my way down the road to the sheriff's office, where I was hoping he would have some more answers. The door opens, and Dale Finn walks in.
Ah, Detective Dolphin. Nice to meet you again.
I don't think it's a detective.
Yes, it is, Detective. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr.
Doctor, actually. Dr. Jimothy Manuelson.
Dr. Manuelson. I
That's right.
appreciate you taking the
The
time
glasses.
to
Well,
look
it's a
at
bad
this young
business.
lady.
Terrible business.
It is. Now, can you tell me, how did this young lady die?
Well, I've still got to wait for some toxicology reports to come back, but if you look at the interscapular abrasions there, you'll see that there's actually signs of extremely deep axe wound in the chest, and I strongly suspect that that is the cause of death. However, I would like to defer some of my speculation until later when we can verify the toxicology reports. So if you'd like to come
Dale.
back perhaps tomorrow, I
No,
will be able
Dale,
to.
it's-
I might have some additional information for you. But
Dale
certainly
owes
at the
an
moment.
axe. No, Dale owes an axe. An axe did this.
Nope. What?
The voiceover starts up again. This man, this Dr. Manuelson, he knew what he was talking about. He had a face I could trust. And those words, no one would throw around words like that if they didn't know what they meant.
Absolutely. Interscapular abrasions are not to be sniffed at. And certainly, as I say, I must insist that you come back later. I think there would be probably some interesting results in the toxicology report. If we look around the frontal lobular regions, you'll see that there's signs of too much education,
I knew it.
which it could point to some underlying causes, some health issues under there that might be worth pursuing some leads on. But again, as I say, I have to wait for the chemistry to come back.
Dale, it was an axe. It was an axe, Dale. There's
Sheriff?
big axe wounds.
Sheriff,
There's
if I
big
could
axe
just-
wounds.
Sheriff, if you would just humor me with this, I could
You
find
do
my
have
accent
glasses.
again.
I will listen to you.
If you'll just humor me with this for a minute there, Sheriff, I'll let you into the important information pertaining to the case after the detective's gone.
Okay.
The detective
you're
looks
the
at
expert.
you.
You're the expert. I'll back up.
Oh, I have to explain it all in smaller words for the sheriff. You understand?
I do understand.
Local law enforcement, not a established man of culture and learning like yourself, detective. The sheriff is a humble country bumpkin and needs me to explain things to him in words that you would use to explain the tooth fairy to a 5-year-old.
The voiceover starts up again. The doctor had hit the nail on the head. This sheriff, he didn't need to be in charge of this sort of investigation. A country bumpkin like him wouldn't know murder when it bit him in the ass. And he speaks to you out loud. Thank you, Sheriff. I'm going to go see if I can find an axe.
I mean, I know where.
Good day, detective. I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
Absolutely.
As soon as he leaves, it's like, Sheriff, we've got an elaborate series of bluffs and double bluffs for the crime.
I've kind of lost the plot. I forget. I know
Well,
about the axes.
it's an
And
axe
I know
murder.
that Conifer
We're gonna-
has an
we're gonna-
axe.
We're gonna frame the Clancy, and then it's gonna turn out to be Jeb, right? So when he
Yeah, but
comes
then-
back with
and
the
then
toxicology
Conifer-
reports, we can say these look like the violent axe swings of a jilted lover. But then it turns
Uh-huh.
out she was drugged, and it was struck while she was asleep. And it's been made to
Okay.
look like a crime of passion, but it was really a calculated cover-up. And then we
Timothy,
send
I
him
wor-
down that route.
Hey, hey, Jimothy, where were you on February 12th of 1989?
None of your
just
fucking business. And
No,
statute of limitations has expired on that anyhow.
Not on murders. It does not, Jimothy.
Oh, I thought that was you were talking about when I was smoking all that weed. No, no, I mean I don't do that.
You don't do murder. Okay, so you did not murder my ex-partner that looks like Betty.
No, I liked her. She was nice.
Okay, yeah, you seem experienced in this.
No, I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Me too.
Got a lot of time to do that in the
Conifer.
car, just driving around in the Ambassador all day.
Do you
Anyhow, let me
have
take this
to
coat
plug-
off. Oh.
You have to plug a cassette into that thing and then hook it up to your phone from the cassette tape. Is that how you listen to podcasts on that?
Well, no, I got some sticky tape and I just stick my phone on the dashboard there and I press play.
Oh, and you just turn your phone volume up real loud. Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. By the way, the first car I ever had, that's literally how I had to listen to stuff. I plugged in a cassette tape and it had an auxiliary cord and I plugged it into my phone and I don't know how it worked.
I remember that.
Yep.
No clue how that worked, and I'm a
You had
software
a-
developer.
You had an 86 Buick Regal?
It was a 96 Honda Accord.
Close enough, I suppose.
Yep. Okay. So the detective is off looking for an axe. Has the axe been planted somewhere?
I think I don't know if the axe has actually been planted somewhere, but I think that it would make sense for Conifer to like at least say that she had given it to potentially like Clancy or somebody to like repair, and that way it's not like with me.
Okay.
It's with whoever we're trying to point him to.
Love it.
So you hear the voiceover again. I headed back into the woods, hoping to find some sort of clue. Maybe the axe. That's it.
I think he's looking for the axe.
Yeah, wait, hey, Jimothy, what did we do with the axe? Did we put it somewhere, right?
Oh, I
Surely.
I left that up to Conifer. She's smart and she knows how to handle an axe.
That is true, and she's
I think
really good.
I would have kept it because it is my like special weapon and I do need it.
Uh-huh.
And it's good against supernatural things and that's what we're doing. But I think that I would certainly be willing to like go into the woods and like
You'd be the one that found it.
speak to him about how I was worried about it because I couldn't find it and I had loaned it to Clancy or something. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go and I'll pretend to be like picking mushrooms in the woods or something because I know all about them.
So Conifer heads out
Established.
into the woods, and you hear the voiceover start up again. That girl was there, the young one, the precocious one. She knew a lot for her young years. It sort of stumbles.
Her knowledge was
Years.
knowing.
She was a smart one.
Thank
I
you.
recognized her. She seemed concerned. I turned to face her. And the voiceover stops. What can I do for you, child?
Detective, I'm a little bit worried because, well, I heard some rumors of people talking just now about how it might have been some sort of like axe wound. And I had sort of given my axe to Clancy, who's a local teen youth who, he's very good at repairing things. And I had sort of asked him to repair it for me, but I can't find Clancy and I can't find the axe. And I just hate that it's not accounted for, considering that someone may have been just killed with an axe. You know what I mean?
I do. And the voiceover starts up again. I looked the girl up and down. She seemed to be telling the truth. It was interesting that she couldn't find Clancy. Clancy, who I just questioned about the disappearance of his ex-girlfriend. Clancy, who had an axe. Clancy, who had motive. Interesting. He turns to look at you again. I think we need to find Clancy.
Probably, yeah.
Do you know where he hangs out? What does he do? What do the youths in this town do?
Well, I hear they smoke vapes at the skate park.
Is there a skate town in Meme Town?
There's a skate park in Meme Town, yeah. It's radical.
That's where we need to go.
No gum. No gum in Skate Town.
We don't have a corner, but we do have a skate park.
I was gonna ask Jimothy. So Jimothy, how are we? Clancy needs to die, right? Like fake die. Did we plan that? I don't think we got that far in the plan, did we?
Honestly, Sheriff, I think you've got some kind of bloodlust going on there. I don't think that anybody needs to actually die or even fake die.
Fake die. It was fake.
All that
Clancy
needs to...
is supposed to fake die, right? And then it's going to point to...
Can't he just...
Jeb.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Well, either way, as long as he gets put down the wrong route to go with first, and then we can... Because what I'm going to tell him is that there's no way that Clancy could have done it, and that she was attacked while she was lying down. So I guess Clancy's got to turn up dead first.
How about this? How does this tickle you, Jimothy? Listen, we all know that Clancy hangs out at Skate Town all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we give him like a fake hammer wound or something to the back of the head, and then he's dead at Skate Town, and then it's not super obvious if he fell and hit his head and died, or if he died to a blunt force trauma instrument.
Okay, so that's ambiguous, and then it gets confirmed in the detective's mind when it turns out that I found evidence that he couldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah, perfect. So good. Why don't we're probably gonna need to do that really quick because I just heard that voiceover in my head that I think he's on his way to Skate Town right now. So I think we probably need to round up Betty. Betty was really good at getting the the makeup and everything ready for Susan. So I think we're gonna need to do the same thing now for Clancy.
I guess I could be already beyond the scene, as if I've been, called out as a medical responder or something.
Yeah, let's run there now. I'll rope it off. We'll get Clancy.
Let me put these glasses on again.
And the coat. Do the coat again, too, because the coat was really good.
All right, I'm coming.
And I think I'm going to lead the detective sort of a little bit out of the way, like
give us some time.
Take a detour by the diner so I can get Betty, and I'll just be like, listen, you understand probably better than most people that it's probably not a good idea for me to walk around with a guy I don't know, just as like an innocent child and stuff. So I'm going to get an adult that I know to accompany us. You understand? So I'm going to go grab Betty and have her come with us.
Before that, I will have called the sheriff. Just like, hey, you heard the voiceover in our heads. Where are we putting Clancy?
Oh,
what is up?
We're gonna fake a maybe skate accident at Skate Town, or maybe
say no more. I hang up.
Hammerhead.
So I think I've sent Clancy already with the makeup already done to lie down at Skate Town, so I can be at the diner when Conifer comes and picks me up, and I'll join her on this walk.
Well, as they are walking back into town, you hear the voiceover start again. We were on our way to Skate Town. Nothing good ever came from a skate town. I knew we were walking into trouble, but the rain was still raining. I decided to stop by the inn and pick up my hat. I told the girl to head on back to the diner to find a responsible adult who could take care of her, and I would meet her at Skate Town. We were going to find her axe. And the voiceover stops.
Why would he get a hat and not an umbrella? I don't understand.
Umbrellas ain't cool, brother.
It's not like Detective Core.
Active
Yeah,
score.
I've seen a detective in a rainy movie holding an umbrella before. It's not unheard of.
It wasn't sufficiently 1940s macho enough.
That's true. He does seem pretty trying to be stereotypical macho
You
and
see him smoking all those
misogynistic and
unfiltered cigarettes walking around the place, even in places where you're not allowed to smoke.
yeah, we don't have public smoking here, and that dude will not put out his cigarettes no matter what.
In fact, I've never seen that one he has ever go out. I think it's
I
just
think
the
it's the
same
same
one.
one.
Perpetual
He's got his
cigarette.
initials on the side of it.
It's a monogrammed perpetual cigarette.
That's a cool band name.
Monogrammed perpetual cigarette.
I love it.
NPC, baby.
Clancy, lie down at the bottom of the quarter pipe, please.
Yep. Watch out for them sick QP.
The voiceover starts again. I made it to Skate Town. It wasn't hard to find. These places are never hard to find. Just follow the sound of delinquency. You can smell it in the air.
That's
took a-
the vapes.
I took a long drag on my cigarette. This stuff is gonna kill me. But better this than an axe to the back.
Or goddamn candy flavored Robo Smokes. Give me. I demanded good, honest American tobacco everywhere I went.
So, you all see him walk up to the edge of the. Is it an outdoor skate park or is it an indoor skate park? What do you think?
I was picturing
Both.
outdoor myself.
Outdoor,
Outdoor.
yeah.
There
Okay.
is
Well,
a
and if
little
it's-
indoor section.
If it's raining, then no wonder he died. That seems slippery.
Exactly.
All right.
We planned it.
He walks up and pauses at the yellow tape. Looks like
Yeah.
I'm too late. Sheriff,
Ah, detective.
doctor. Tell me, doctor, what's going on?
Well, looks like young Clancy here's had a bit of a spill on the old QP, trying to do a sick ollie. Instead, the only thing sick is his brain because it's dead now.
Oh, interesting.
I was pointing out to Jimothy here, though, that the hole is very narrow.
It's very regular. Yeah, it's unclear. It looks like perhaps the impact zone could have been created by a heavy leaden object, perhaps a claw hammer. The rounded side suggests the regularity of the wound does suggest a blunt instrument. However, it could also be the rim of the that sick QP.
It's also weird that there's also a stab mark in the lower back, but maybe that was also the quarter pipe.
Could be. There's a lot of jagged edges around here.
Maybe he fell on his vape,
That's
Maybe
true.
he fell on his vape.
hoisted by his
Maybe
own
he
vape.
fell on his vape.
You hear the voiceover start again. I descended into the pit. The body lay in front of me. This man I'd spoken to only an hour ago. I thought that he was running. But would he have ran to the skate park? That didn't
Skate
seem
town.
likely. This
It's got a
skate
bit of-
town. It was a deadly, deadly place. That's it.
The scuttlebutt around town, detective, is that you had poor Clancy here fingered for the murder.
Well, he seemed like a likely suspect.
I'd be inclined to agree, given that the initial wounds appear to be indicative of a crime of passion. However, the toxicology reports I was telling you about have come back, and it appears that young Susan was drugged. And in fact, further analysis of the blood spatter and the bruising along Contavian's region suggests that, in fact, she was struck from above as she was laid prostrate on the ground in a stupor, not just from trying to learn too many things from books, but from, in fact, being drugged.
Interesting. You know, folks, what might bring out the murderer? A funeral. How soon do you think you could prepare these bodies, Doctor?
Ooh, half an hour.
Well, we don't do
Excellent.
double funerals here in Muirtown. Like,
Damn it!
they get
We're
the
going
rest.
to do a double funeral for this one.
Well, they
God
get.
damn it, Sheriff! This isn't the time for your goddamn
That's-
red tape. People are dying in these streets, Sheriff.
We have 2 murders. We've got to solve this.
There's only
You all
Detective
don't think
Dolphin
that's
doing a
weird.
goddamn thing
Sheriff?
about it, Sheriff.
Sheriff, you and the doctor, get these bodies ready. Betty, we're going to your diner. I need some soup. This weather calls for soup.
I'm sorry. I don't think Betty's Diner has soup.
We don't do
Detective.
soup.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, what do you have that's good for this rainy weather?
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Then I need some pancakes, Betty. I need your pancakes bad. I'm sorry, I don't know what that was.
That was, yeah, that was like the beginning.
Betty
of some-
goes on a
some
Betty goes on a
very
face
niche
journey. Betty goes
pornography.
on a face journey that you can only see for a person who's worked in a service job for the past like 35 years. She wants to say so many things, and she doesn't.
Do they have
She
HR at her diner?
No, she is HR. She's everything in diner. What she does do is she has I've been imagining a massive red umbrella, polka dots, little rain boots, and she has Conifer with her under this umbrella, and she just starts walking back with Conifer towards the diner, and once they're kind of far away enough from Dolphin that they can speak freely, I'm just gonna turn to Conifer and be like, I'm so proud of them. That was amazing performances. The doctor, the coroner, very good work.
Yeah, who knew Uncle Jimothy had it in him?
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Oh,
Maybe he should go to LA with Susan, but then who would drive me to orchestra?
Yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. He should be staying here. The town needs a driver,
That's true. And maybe a coroner. Who knows?
maybe a coroner, maybe an actor. Maybe you can start the community theater.
Ooh, that might be fun. That would
Maybe
be
you
fun.
can start a community theater, get Susan involved, and then she doesn't leave. We can talk about it.
That would be great for my college application. Started a community theater.
Inspirational.
young and gifted.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The detective follows you back at a distance. And you again hear some voiceover. That new death, that new murder, threw a bit of a wrench into things. Didn't expect to see a second body. But you know, I shouldn't be surprised. It's always the sleepy little towns that have the hungriest murderers. Speaking of hungry,
And the best diners.
I couldn't wait for those pancakes. I'd seen the ones that she'd made earlier with the chocolate chips in them. Chocolate chips are for kids,
Wait a minute.
but sometimes I like the
hungry she is
This fucking Detective Guy
to
Fieri.
everybody.
Everyone's hearing it. Yep.
This Noir writer didn't have an editor. It just
Timothy, let's go plan this weird
what is-
double funeral.
What is with this goddamn detective?
I don't know. Why is he?
I'm just rambling on and on about pancakes and God knows what. And
I mean, I love
kept
pancakes as
raining
much as the
and-
next person, but like, I don't just sit there and broadcast
No, I
my
mean-
thoughts about pancakes to the
Don't-
town of 80.
Tony, you and me have had our ups and downs, right? But I never once heard you goddamn say the rain was still raining. Fuck.
No, or the trees were still treeing, or
The trees were
like,
still
I didn't-
treeing or whatever the fuck. The old woman. Calling Betty an old woman, like over and over again.
Oh
What the
no,
hell?
this guy's misogynistic as hell.
Ugh. God.
Let's
Can't wait to
get
get
him.
rid of
Let's
this
get him to
asshole.
solve this double murder. Let's get him to retire and then never plague our town or any
I
town
mean,
again.
I was a bit of an asshole in high school, but goddamn, I was never that bad. Holy hell.
Okay.
Okay, let's just go do
Wrapped
this
in
double
plastic.
funeral. Do you know? Okay, Clancy, you can stand up now. She's gone.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you got to come with us, Clancy. And like, oh shoot, Jimothy, where's
I'm just-
Susan?
Don't worry about it. We'll just make it a closed casket. It'll be fine. We'll just get 2 empty bags full of sand or something. Like, it'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Well, Jimothy, I guess you can stay here and keep skating or whatever.
Well, I haven't skated in a while. Let's see if I can do it.
No, I mean, I meant Clancy. If I said Jimothy,
Wait,
I
but
apologize.
Come on, Clancy, pass me your board.
Wait, I thought I needed to be at a funeral,
Well, I mean, you'll be there in spirit, so to speak.
but
I
don't
mean,
I
we're not
need to
Close caskets.
be in a? Okay.
I mean, I don't think we need to go to the extra effort unless you really want to lay in a coffin for a while.
There's a flash of lightning, and the two of you see a dark figure standing on the edge of the half pipe.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
Steve.
bitch.
Steve waves, sort of gives you a nod,
Not Steve.
and sort of walks
Serious.
towards you, and
Oh,
lifts an
yeah.
eyebrow.
Steve,
Yeah, it's gonna be time.
I completely forgot you were going to be part of this plan, Steve.
Steve sighs and shakes his head.
You
Well,
could
you-
no. You weren't going
Don't
to be
take it
coming in
like
a
that,
plane
Mr.
until the
Steve.
funeral anyway, so we can still get you
Uh-huh.
in here. I just
It's
that
good that you're
completely.
here, though. We can get you organized and get you set up for when we get the coffins over in the graveyard there.
He nods. He gives a little flex.
Oh,
No, don't do that.
I-
No, don't, Steve. You can't be flexing in the distance while
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
supposed to be like.
that kind of undercuts the kind of sense of quiet menace you got going on there. It makes you look like like a WrestleMania, but with the sound turned off.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, don't. It doesn't make you suspicious. It makes you
Kind
weird.
of goofy. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of in a goofy way.
Steve
Don't flex.
nods. Just sort of
No, but good-
steps
don't be-
back and
Don't be disheartened, though. You got a
Lifts up
real
his
good
collar.
thing going on. That's exactly
That's
that.
it. That's it.
That's the
no
one.
flexing, collar popped.
You just look mean. You could just be in the back mean mugging. Yeah, that's the one. That's the good stuff. Okay, so we're gonna get you over in the tree line over in Pieces Rest. I don't know, whatever we call the local
I
cemetery.
think that's it. I think we
And,
call it Pieces Rest. It's been a while since I've been to the cemetery.
There's Pieces. There's two. There's Pieces Rest
You've got
West.
two
and
cemeteries?
Pieces Rest East. There used to be one, but the road run through the middle now.
It's like Pieces Rest and two Rest.
So we got Pieces Rest and Pieces Rest West, which is on the west hand side.
We got 80
The
people
West-
in this
you
town.
know,
and
you-
we
how you
need
got your
two,
east hand
we
and your
need
west
two
hand.
cemeteries.
well, you used to have more than 80 people, I guess.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
the Great Diane, and all those people died.
When half the town died. We were 160 last year. The
was an
Great
aging
Fire
population.
took out 80 of us.
Oh, last year when the flu just ripped through the elderly population like wildfire.
Oh,
Too real.
oh man.
Anyway,
So the two of you get the coffins set up, and mysterious Steve lurks in the background as you do.
oh, that's some good lurking, Steve.
He gives you a little
Well,
thumbs
he's
up and then
Steve,
pops his collar again.
No flexing. Steve. No calf flex. Quit flexing your calves too. Quit. Put your leg down, Steve. Put your leg down. There you go.
Oh god. Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the cafe, no, the diner. He's been eating some pancakes and seems to be enjoying them and has talked to a couple of people. But then he goes back to talking to you, Betty.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Betty, I might have misjudged you earlier, thinking you were nothing but an old gossip. You are a fantastic pancake maker.
That I am. I want the record to show that Betty is incapable of making bad pancakes, but she tried. She really tried, and she's flattered that they're still good.
Betty, what can you tell me about this Clancy kid?
Well, I always thought it was weird that him and Susan were dating because he was um kind of a nerd. Honestly, just kind of always down at the skate park, skipped school. Not the kind of kid you would want to see a good girl like Susan with, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the kids like they know each other. Maybe there was something more going on.
Do you know anyone that might have wanted to take care of Clancy? Was there someone who was jealous of his relationship with Susan? Maybe someone who didn't know they broke up.
Well, now that you mention it, honestly, he's kind of was the only eligible person for her to date because of everyone else. And I'm gonna try to say this in a way that doesn't make me sound like you. Everyone else who has ever expressed any interest in this beautiful, young, smart woman was kind of an old creep. But there's a guy in town called Jeb. He comes in here. Everyone comes in here. It's great. He There was a rumor a couple months back that he may or may not be a stalker. And I didn't know what that was about or who he was stalking, but come to think of it, she was the only like young, blonde, whatever creeps are into.
Interesting.
So maybe,
Interesting.
again, that's just a rumor. That's just speculation. I'm just here to make coffee and pancakes.
The voiceover starts again. She might only be here for coffee and pancakes, but this dame knew what she was talking about. There was something about this Jeb fella that just rubbed me the wrong way. I wondered if maybe he had an axe to grind.
I make a mental note to like talk to the book club about how he finally got to a good one. He works down at the we only have one store, but he works at the butcher's counter back there. It's down the street. You can probably go find him. He already had his morning coffee and his bacon, so I'm guessing he's working.
I'll do that. He gets up and starts walking out, and the voiceover starts again. A butcher. Interesting. They don't use axes, but they use a cleaver. A cleaver is like a weird shape axe.
He's lost it again, everyone. He had one good one.
It's like you just hear from across the street at the funeral home, like, "Hey Betty, you hear that one? What the fuck was that?"
I text him. I like pull out my big old lady phone and I text him like WTF? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
You could hear Jimothy laughing from across the street at that. Like,
I heard some maniacal laughter in the distance. I wondered if it was Jeb.
I text Timothy and I say, shh. I send a gif of someone going, shh.
Jimothy laboriously types out, "Sorry," in block caps.
Of course.
I feel like Betty has a Bitmoji.
She does. Of course she does. And it's like wearing a little diner uniform as
Yeah,
well.
it's got like pancakes and it's like, shh.
I was going to ask if that's an old lady thing, but it is, isn't it? Crap.
I don't know. I have a Bitmoji.
Oh.
Okay,
but
good.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay. It's fine. You hear the voiceover start up again. The butcher shop was empty. But there was blood everywhere. Could have been animal blood, because it was a butcher shop. But it could have been Susan's blood. I wondered how he would have gotten her from the butcher shop to the woods. There must be a car. I went back into the street. There it sat. A 1986 Buick Regal. Beige, falling apart.
Hey.
It would have been perfect for this
But
sort
what
of
about the
thing.
car? No.
I looked inside. There was something on the back seat. Was it a smear of jelly, or was it Susan's blood? I walked back to the diner, slamming the door open. Betty! Whose car is that outside?
Oh, that's the coroner, Emmy, mortician, dentist's car.
Jimothy Manuelson.
That's right.
Interesting.
That's right. Jimothy Manuelson.
I wondered, could he have done this? As a medical professional, he would have had the skills, he would have had the knowledge to know exactly where to insert that axe to end Susan's life. He would have known just where to hit Clancy to knock him out so he could stab him in the back. But then again, why would he stick around and be so helpful? I wasn't sure.
Have you spoken to Jeb yet?
The monologue stops and he looks over. What?
The butcher. Have you spoken to the butcher yet?
I couldn't find him. He wasn't there, but there was blood.
It's kind of weird that he wasn't there when he's supposed to be working, don't you think?
It is. Is he young enough to spend his days at Skate Town? Is he one of the youths?
No way.
He's 50 years old.
They'd eat him alive at Skate Town.
They would. Those youths are just cruel.
Oh dear.
Well, Betty, where can I find Jeb if he's not there? Where would you be if you were Jeb?
Where would I be if I were Jeb? Well, this morning Jeb and I had a bit of a. He came in looking all dirty. I was like, can't be here. This is my diner. Gotta keep it clean. So he said to me, he said he was gonna go and get his coffee elsewhere.
Interesting.
Which, first of all, offensive. Second of all, the only other place in town that makes any sort of coffee is the gas station.
Interesting.
And I'm just saying, if I had to hide a murder weapon and wash
Gas
off, I
station.
would. They have a restroom. They have coffee, allegedly.
Well, thanks for the tip, Betty. I'm gonna go see how the progress is coming along on the funeral. It might draw Jeb out. And he leaves and walks back across the street to the sheriff's office and throws the door open. How are we doing on the funeral preparations, Sheriff?
Yeah, we're all good. Jimothy here has everything squared away. It's gonna be closed caskets, obviously, because the nature of the
Absolutely.
bodies.
Yes, it was pretty horrific, if I do say so myself, Detective Dolphin. Really not fit for public viewing. Better to send them off with some dignity.
You don't think the faces would draw in the killer?
No, I think just the mere presence of the bodies will be enough, and also the strong aromas. Oh my goodness! That really
Alright.
carries.
Well, let's get this funeral underway. Can you make an announcement? Maybe get Betty at the diner to let the folks over there know that we're about
Of course,
to have
Detective.
a funeral.
Of course, Detective. Hey, Betty! We're having a funeral! There you go.
Everyone,
Excellent.
everyone, we're having a funeral.
I'll get my clarinet.
And the voiceover starts
Get
up
my
again.
most somber clarinet.
The voiceover starts up again. I made my way across town with the sheriff and the doctor, headed towards the cemetery. The strangely named Pieces Rest West Cemetery. This town, it had some odd names for things. Calling the cafe a diner.
Bitch.
Calling the skate park Skate Town. Meme Town was a strange place. Still,
Calling Jimothy a coroner.
didn't mean that they deserved a serial killer. We made our way to the cemetery, where 2 caskets were laying there, flowers piled on them. I wondered how they got the flowers so fast. They must have a great florist. And the voiceover stops.
Oh, Florence's flowers.
I think as soon as I
Delivered in
announce,
half an hour or your money back.
as soon as I announce that we're having a funeral, I dim the diner sign like a marquee at a theater, and then I lead just everyone who's at the diner to go to a funeral, and we
Excellent.
have a little procession.
We process.
We process.
The low sound of the clarinet precedes the group as they make their way across town.
Pied Piper, fucking.
Yeah, it's like those cool like New Orleans kind of funerals, but awful.
So the town assembles in the cemetery. And you see the detective standing there, arms crossed, looking out at everyone. And you see his eyes land on mysterious Steve. And the voiceover begins again. There was a figure in the back. He wore a dark cloak. Strange. Not many people wore cloaks these days. The collar was popped, and he wore a hat pulled low over his eyes. I was the only one who should wear a hat like that. It looked damn good on me, but damn, it looked good on this guy too. I wondered who this mysterious figure was. He leans over towards the sheriff. Says, "Who's that mysterious figure?"
Oh, that's Steve.
Steve. Interesting. And he watches Steve throughout the ceremony of the funeral. I assume that there's some sort of speechifying.
There's definitely a flute being played.
It's
Or
a clarinet.
Clarinet.
How dare you?
It's
Sorry,
entirely
sorry,
through the medium of the
sorry,
clarinet,
sorry.
actually. There is no speech, it's just clarinet.
It's just a recital.
As
It's a recital with corpses at it.
as you all know, in this town, we don't have much in the way of a formal wake or funeral processions. Instead, we have 16 or 17 minutes of uninterrupted clarinet playing.
The detective
this-
removes his hat and holds it over his chest.
As this is a double funeral, will be 34 minutes of uninterrupted clarinet playing.
He sighs heavily. Small towns have such strange ways.
I must ask for silence, I'm afraid.
I sat there in silence.
No thoughts either. No thoughts either, please.
The music goes on.
34 minutes.
34 minutes. Oh, I wish there was like a performance check, but there's not really anything for that.
I have my clarinet over
Charm.
there. I should.
For 34 minutes,
For
we're just
34
gonna
minutes,
have
just go.
Megan play the
That's
clarinet
the next part
in
of the
real
stream.
time.
Eventually, the clarinet is finished,
I take a bow.
and you hear the
Timothy's-
voiceover start again.
Jimothy's glowing with pride.
That
Betty
was
is
this-
weeping, but it's because of the clarinet.
That was the strangest funeral I'd ever seen. But that mysterious man in that back, that mysterious Steve, kept his hat on the whole damn time. That couldn't mean anything good. I also noticed that this Jeb fellow may or may not have shown up because I didn't know what he looked like.
Oh boy, you are not good at this. Not good at this at all.
What did you
Oh.
Jeb
say?
is just covered in blood. We have
Oh, this is-
spattered Jeb in blood.
Jeb always wears his traditional custom monogrammed apron that says Jeb on it.
Yeah, of course. With
Like
little
this,
drops of
but
blood
Jeb.
all over it.
Yeah.
You see the detective looking around. I spotted him in the crowd. This Jeb, covered in
Oh my
blood.
God, is that
Funny.
Jeb?
He wore his apron at the funeral.
Hey, Jeb, how's it going, bud?
Oh, it's great. Yeah. How's it going, Sheriff?
Night. That was a good 34 minutes of clarinetting.
You
Good.
had any more murders lately?
We had two. These
That's,
two.
That's a lot
That's
more
an-
murders than usual.
that's an
It's,
odd thing to say, Jeb.
It's about two more than usual.
That is a lot of unusual murders.
I, as this conversation is happening, I'm gonna walk to the detective, to Dale Finn, and I'm gonna like take his wrist and walk him over to listen to this, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I think you might want to hear what Jeb has to say." And I'm using a move called Often Right,
Oh.
which is when a hunter comes to me for advice, and in this case, I'm assuming that he is the person coming to me for advice about a problem, and I give them my honest opinion, which I am, and my advice, which I am. If he takes my advice, he has a +1 ongoing while he's following my advice to please solve this crime,
Oh.
please. And also, I mark experience for that. In case we cared
Okay.
about leveling up.
Who knows? We might level up.
So you see Detective Dale Finn leading closer, listening hard. Interesting. Very interesting. Say, Jeb, you mind having a conversation with me? And Jeb sort of looks at all of you. Yeah, no, I gotta go. I have butchering to butcher. But you can come find me there later. See ya.
Looking like a true murderer.
And Jeb heads off.
Looks like you're trying to get away there, Jeb.
Dale,
Fleeing
that
the
was
scene,
weird,
so
right?
to speak.
Dale, that's weird, right?
That is weird.
Wouldn't an innocent person just admit to questioning, Dale?
You would think
Yeah, Dale,
so.
like, what was
You
all
think
that
you're-
blood on them, Dale?
That was.
I think you're going to have some kind of revelatory moment there, Detective Dolphin. In my medical opinion, it seems that you're about due for some kind of brainwave.
What do I want you guys to do?
Also, I'm also thinking, what was Dale? Okay, so this is a flashback to the diner when we were planning all this. What was Dale's motive that we came up with?
He's just a pervert.
He
and
just-
likes
Oh yeah,
killing
he's a
people.
weird pervert.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Just a weird pervert. I feel like this to me feels like manipulating someone, right? Like,
Yes.
isn't
Yeah.
that one of
Yes,
the things?
That's
We're
what I want.
gaslighting this man.
I want all of you to roll manipulate someone, please.
This is Jimothy's speciality, fortunately.
What do you add
I
to
think
this?
I'm actually pretty good at it too.
Plus charm.
rolled a 10, and then it's a charm. My charm is 2. I got a 12 total.
I only got a
I
9.
also got a 12 total.
I rolled a 9.
Me too.
Well, everyone succeeds, and 2 of you succeed really well. Well, I guess 2 are partial successes, but it averages out. And the detective looks at you all. You know, you ain't half bad for a bunch of meme towners.
That's
I'm gonna go talk to
Rude.
this Jeb.
It's meme Townians.
Meme townians. I apologize.
And this time, don't let him just walk away, maybe?
Right. Oh, and Doctor, I'm gonna want to
Yes.
look at your car.
Oh, but she's a beauty. You can see her from here. Look at that.
And I could see the blood in the back seat.
What?
You
Well, I
didn't
mean,
know
he
about
transfers
it.
all the bodies to the funerals and stuff. So
Well, yeah, but I don't use the ambassador to do that. She's a
He
classy
doesn't
lady.
put him in raw.
give him a 3.
Yeah, I don't go raw dogging bodies in the ambassador.
You think there's any chance Jeb could have stolen your car?
Oh,
Definitely.
plenty of chance. Jeb's always sniffing around the ambassador. He's like some kind of pervert or something. Some kind of
Yeah.
maladjusted weirdo who just wants to interfere with people's personal property and things named after ladies.
Well, he's very
That's
good at
gotta-
fixing cars. I'm sure he would know how to
Yeah.
hotwire one.
He's
Interesting.
also got a master key that's a master key to every car and building in Meme Town.
Yeah,
I
did
told you
hear.
that was not a good idea to do that, Sheriff. But I was overruled at the
know.
town meeting. So
I
You
did
know,
hear him say.
when you said you gave him the key to the city, that's usually more of a metaphor. But
I didn't know that. I didn't
we're
know. He won
working
the
on
big-
learning what a metaphor is, and that's okay.
He won the big football game, so he won the key to the city, which means he won the universal key to every house
To
and
the city.
car. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
hear
know
the
what as well?
voiceover.
I didn't think of any. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but the other day he did actually say to me, "You know, I would just love to go and kill that Susan with an axe."
Why
would
would
figured it
he
was just-
tell Dale that?
I figured it was just an expression, like, oh, I could just go do that with an axe.
Oh man, Dale, it sure does seem like this
Just
dude.
the kind of folksy thing people say around in Meme Town.
You hear the voiceover start as he shakes his head and walks away. That sheriff was all of the cliches of a small town. He made all the wrong moves. Damn good thing for him that Detective Dale Finn was on the case. The rain kept pounding as I made my way to the butcher shop.
So is he going to kill Jeb now or what?
I hope so.
I saw the man standing there. I'm assuming you guys did not follow him.
I guess not.
So you're just listening to his voiceover.
we're just wait. Is he gonna kill Jeb? Like, how's he gonna solve the mystery?
He just has to arrest him, right? That's how detective
That's what
stories
I
end.
thought,
is
but
Maybe this dude kills whoever.
I mean, I kind of figured it was
Did
just
the
that he was going to
TikToks
bust
say
him,
anything about murder? Like
Tony-
actual murder?
but Tony
I
was
don't know.
totally convinced that he was going to kill Jeb.
Is it like a Judge Dredd thing or?
Maybe
I
we
am the
jump in
law.
the car and
Yeah.
beat him there and make sure Jeb doesn't get actually murdered.
I
To the
stared
ambassador.
at the butcher as he cowered behind his counter.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's get in the car. Let's go.
You
Florida,
did
Uncle
it,
Jim.
I cried. You killed the cheerleader and her ex-boyfriend. Why did you
pretty-
do it? Just
pretty
for the
small town.
feeling of blood?
Let me just put my driving glasses. Oh, I don't actually need these. God damn, this made it worse.
I watched as he shook, cowering as I stepped towards him. I figure you guys show up by now. It's not a big
Oh,
town.
for sure.
Tony, get your ass in there. Jesus.
I pulled my gun from its holster.
Yo.
Get your hands up.
Detective Dolphin, he's surrendering. Don't shoot.
I can see that. Sheriff, where's your cuffs? Tony?
Sheriff, Tony.
I mean, are we really going to, Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we're good. We're
not going to murder.
yeah,
No,
I
we're not
guess
going to
we're
just arrest
resting.
him.
We're just gonna.
Here we go.
j-
Yeah,
just-
that's.
We've talked about
We're
this,
not- so we're
Sheriff.
not-
We're just
so we're
arresting
not-
and not killing.
Not just arresting. We're just arresting.
I kept my
Yes.
gun trained on
No,
the suspect.
hey, you can. No.
As the sheriff put him in
No,
cuffs.
I got it. My cuffs were right here. I have not arrested anybody in history ever. So this is my first time, but let's
Now, Jeb, it's Dr.
click.
Manuelson.
Look at that.
Calm down.
Look, they
Once-
actually fit.
Once Jeb was in cuffs, I holstered my gun. Scum like you. We gotta take you off the streets. Good job,
Yeah.
Sheriff.
Jeb's
Yeah,
a
don't kill him.
disgusting pervert.
Yeah, this nasty perv.
Sickening. The kind
I'm
of
like-
things a man
I'm-
like Jeb would do to a community
So-
like this.
I'm making a
Detective.
fucking show out of like trying to hide Conifer's eyes from this bloody scene.
Oh, what happened? Did he get him? It sounds like the detective has finally solved the case. It's a real open and shut, definitively finished
Double
situation.
murder.
Double murder, double solved. Hooray!
Seems like
The
something you might
end.
want to, a really, a successful detective could retire on and maybe write a book about.
This is where I
You would
this is
Or
think-
where, if
the
I
season of a
solved this
popular
crime,
online television show.
I would retire and I would sell the rights to my story to like Netflix if this was me.
yeah.
If I was Dale, that is.
You would think that this solved the murder. But, and he wheels around and points his gun at Conifer. The voiceover starts up.
Am
This
I sort of-
girl, she knew too much. She knew everything. She had an axe. She knew Clancy. She knew Susan. She knew mysterious Steve. She knew where I could find Jeb. She knew everything. She knew too
No, I-
much.
Actually,
Listen,
Very
she-
gifted.
It's not our fault. It's not her fault that you hate smart women. Case is closed, detective.
I can say with some degree of certainty, actually, Detective, that is the murder weapon over there, and with my fingerprint dusting kit. Yep. Those are all Jeb's fingerprints all
All
over the murder
jabs,
weapon.
all the way down.
Go
Matches
ahead
all the way.
and roll manipulate someone. Conifer, you feel this sort of same dread as you felt earlier, knowing something bad was going to happen.
It's a 9 again. So qualified.
That feeling of
also.
having a gun
God.
pointed at you.
Oh God. Timothy got a 9.
So it's like I have to do something to convince him or something like that. But I think.
Yep.
Let me just.
You have to prove yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you going to do to convince him to stop pointing the gun at the 11-year-old?
I'm going to take the the purported murder weapon, this cleaver, in a bit of like a handkerchief or something. Look, I say I've conclusively proven through the fingerprint evidence. Look, couldn't have been used by Conifer. You see the striations of the marks there, the sweat glands that have been highlighted by the luminous powder that I put all there. This is, of course, a legitimate forensic powder, not any kind of illicit substance that I've placed on here. You see the spacing of the fingertips is far too wide to have been the small hands of a girl.
He
And of
slowly
course, as we all know, women don't have, and especially young girls, don't have the cognitive capacity to commit such duplicitous multiple murders.
lowers his weapon. You know, you have a point, Doctor.
Yes, of
You're
course I
lucky,
do.
kid.
As a man, of course I know what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, it seems that I have done it. I have
Yes.
solved your murders. 2 of them.
Quite brilliant,
Murders most
detective.
foul.
Amazing work, detective.
I think
Certainly
job.
the best dolphin detective I've seen in a long time.
it might be time for me to head out. Sheriff,
And
Retire?
Of this profession.
do you think I could retire?
Yeah,
for
They're
sure.
I
definitely.
think they
So
could
bad.
make a successful series of books, films, movies, whatever you
Podcasts.
like, podcasts.
Audiobooks.
Podcast?
Oh, you'll be rolling in moolah.
You hear the voiceover start. Maybe they had a point. Maybe I could be the next Stephen King. The next George R.R. Martin. The next bestseller. I could do it. They were
Yeah.
right. Who needed
Yeah.
to solve crimes in real life when I could solve
From memory
crimes
on
on the
purpose,
page? They were.
Oh yeah, that's
They
right.
were
Yeah, that's what I always
brilliant.
sound like.
You're
I
very
bet
good with
a
metaphors.
lot of men would read those books.
You would make so much money.
I mean, if you could drop such literary gems as the rain was still raining, then I think
Honestly,
you've
I
gotta,
have not stopped thinking about it. It's
I-
very
It's been
moving.
stuck in my head since you said it.
it's poetry.
I would like you all to roll to manipulate, please. And if we have
One big one.
10
need-
total.
10. Okay.
That
Is
was
that
got
charm or
84.
cool?
It's
Charm.
charm, right?
13.
I got
13.
8 total.
I got 4.
Does
I think
critting
I
do
would-
anything in this game? I got
I
two
would like-
sixes.
I would like to spend a
No,
luck points,
but-
please.
Go for it.
Oh yeah,
well,
use the luck.
Use luck.
I'll spend luck.
You just instant.
So I pass.
Well,
Yeah.
this.
We're all
All
going to
right.
evaporate after this one shot, so just use it all up.
Yeah.
He looks at you all. Yeah. You know, you're right. He tips his hat.
Godspeed, Detective Porpoise.
You're a strange one, Doctor, but damn good at your job.
I'm the best doctor this town's ever seen. God damn it.
Sheriff, don't screw it up. And he turns and starts walking out.
Good look there.
And as he walks away...
Not even a goodbye for the ladies. Wow.
Oh, hell no.
No, I hate this guy so much.
You see him walking away, and as he gets further down the road, he seems to almost shimmer. And the color starts seeping back into town. And everything seems, well, normal again. The rain has stopped. The sun is actually not out because with the weirdness of the timelines, it's somewhere in the middle of the night now. But the color is back. And the rest of the townsfolk finally come out of the strange
Double
places that they've been
funeral.
hiding, the weird double funeral. And they look at you all and say, well, okay, cool, good job.
Well, it worked. So,
It
It
worked.
was mostly Betty, but yeah, it's nice to have some color
Oh.
back here.
No,
done,
that
everyone.
was everyone. That was a full town effort.
The whole town pulled together really well. I forgot my accent for a minute there. I had to get back into it. So yeah, the whole town pulled it together really well. I thought it was a big group effort. No thanks to old sheriff here trying to fucking rhetorically cockblock me in the mortuary.
Oh,
What
yeah.
happened?
Well,
It was a
I was
lot.
trying to lay some more threads for the detective to follow, and Sheriff Tony was all like, "Oh no, I think you'll find." I was like, "God damn it,
That's
let me."
his role. You know, Conifer and I have been talking. Everyone actually did so well that we are thinking that it might be time for her to start a community theater so that everyone can put their skills into use without a supernatural threat to our town, maybe. So just think about it.
That sounds
Conifer,
fun.
you can tell them how to audition. I don't know how the theater works.
Yeah, I think that we're going to probably start with a production of Into the Woods, and it's going to be auditions next Thursday. Bring 2 contrasting monologues and a song, like 16 bars tops, that showcases your voice. Don't bring any Sondheim because it's actually really hard to sight read for the pianist. But yeah, ironically, that's yeah.
The woods are just trees, the trees are just woods, and the rain is still raining.
And on that note,
Rain was still raining.
thank you all so much for playing tonight. This was such beautiful chaos.
Danny, I had no idea how you were going to tie in Monster of the Week to this prompt we got from the
Yeah.
meme was.
So great.
And
It was amazing. It was so good.
I love that it ended up being like a supernatural being that we were pretty not trying to fight like you usually do in Monster of the Week. Yeah, we tried. Yeah, it was so good, Danny.
So genius. Yeah.
It was really clever.
I had so much fun with it. You guys were fantastic. Let's just do a quick go around to let everyone know where to find us after this. We'll do the same order as before. Gerundu.
Well, like a disgusting dame trying to read, it made no sense to me at all. Yeah, that detective was horrible, but hilarious. I'm Gerundu. You can find me all over the Majestic Goose Network, standing up for all kinds of social justices. Either as Silas Lancaster in Roll for Weird, or John Ballard Pendergrass in Shitty Cowboys, or as Flex Gristle, or Gazpacho Me and Sandy Ravage, yeah, in Motor Splitspot Arena. I'm all over the place, but yeah, please come and watch me in other things if you thought I was funny.
And Netta.
I'm Neda Marie, and you can find me at Neda Marie truly everywhere on the internet. Listen to Quest Late Plans. It's fun and good, and there's a big mean dinosaur and a lot of smart women, a frustrating amount of smart women.
God damn it.
Adam.
Sorry, my AirPods just died. But yes, I'm Adam Deweese. You can find me all over the Majestic Goose Network. Come to GooseCon 2023. It's going to be a hoot, just like 2022 was.
It's not going to be a hoot. It's going to be a honk.
It's going to be a honk. Come check out all the different shows on the Majestic Goose Network, like Storytime with Silas, Crits and Knits, Eclipse, Halfway Heroes, One Shot On. We got so many. Come check them all out. Make sure that no matter if you're listening to this or watching this on the video on demand on our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube or follow us on Twitch. And other than that, my wife and I stream a lot of video games on twitch.tv/TheseDweez. Come check that out. And just a heads up, we're going to be rating Quests and Chaos at the end of this one. They are currently playing some kind of tabletop RPG. Not sure.
They are actually doing a Q&A wrap-up of their last Call of Cthulhu
awesome.
session.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, go,
I'm going to be following that
obviously,
when we're done.
yeah, Tiana is there. I don't know if Alondra's there. Maybe.
I believe Alondra's running the board for them.
Okay, so Alondra, who you've probably seen on Me in the Month, it usually hangs out on that channel, so we'll be rating them and give them a honk when we send you.
All right, Megan.
Hi, Megan. I am 32. I'm not 11.
Did you say hi, Megan?
No, I said
You're
like
Megan.
hi, comma, Megan. I don't know. It's late.
He's not 11.
It is late.
Megan.
I'm not 11. I'm 32. Please listen to Quest Laid Plans and the Iced Tea Podcast and Eclipse.
Beautiful. And I am Danny. You can find me all over the internet as Danielle Lanois. And you can find me here again next month. We will be doing this all over again on December 17th. That's going to be a Saturday, of course. And I believe, as of right now, the lovely Adam Deweese is going to be running the game. So stay tuned. Let's see who we've got with who'll be showing up. It's always a surprise to us.
Yeah, it really is.
Truly,
Gerundo
yeah.
came in like on a 12-hour notice today.
Yeah. It's always great to see who we get. So.
I'm always ready to be Jimothy.
Excellent. Well, I
love
think
him.
we are about to raid. So thank you all again. This was absolutely fantastic chaos. I love you guys for this game so much. We will see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, I have kicked off the raid. Danny, you will need to end the stream on your end still.
Yep.